put your name on the deed. Concede your hesitation and embrace the gold. You'll get everything you ask, it only costs your soul. So come on. So come on. Log on to
Hello, what the hell? What the? Hello, my lovely imps! Toatrika, Zelfie, Jaunty Horror, Socialist Potato, Spinkle, Holic Master, Capo, haha, more like Crapo, haha, Gay Fish, more like Gay Fish, haha, Baby the Purple, Selena's Around, Clay Soldier, Acelaces, Wolfie Universe, Holic Master, K-Cat, Heart of Steel, Sally Graves, Joy Drillkill, Val 9000, Silent, Cherry, Argo, Aztec99, Toast Pup, and from the Twitch chat, we got Liavas, Nordguy, Airyberry, Soy Sauce, Psychopex, Gromit is a Prince. From the YouTube chat, we got Rad, Comrade Cat Pernicus, Bondrud, Best Dad, Kylie Poe, Comrade Cat Pernicus, Maze Spitfire, Furcifer, Ivy Evans, Amber Johnson, Crimson Cowboy. Welcome to everyone. Remember how I said my 13 Ford Focus has been sitting on a lot? I just got it back, so I'm finally freaking relieved. Congratulations, Lena Lux. Somniostatic, thank you very much for the tier 1 sub. Thank you so much, Lena Lux, for the incredibly generous $5. Artemis, I'm not skipping you this time. I just can't read everybody fast enough, okay? Listen, y'all are so greedy. It's that image, it's that meme image with the pipe, and there's me. It's like greedy, at the other end, there's like greedy Twitch chatters drinking all the water. Yeah, a little bit later. Let's do that in a little bit, Jazz Dog. That sounds fucking fun. If you're here and you haven't smacked the motherfucking like button on YouTube, please smack the motherfucking like button on YouTube for me, will you? I would deeply appreciate that. I would really deeply appreciate that. Why is this? This is a bit weird. Let's get that a little zoomier in. That's a little better. There we go. That's a little better. Okay. God. So, what to talk about today? We have a lot to talk about today, actually. As you can see by the title, we have some strange topics. But can I be completely honest with y'all? Can I just be super honest for a few minutes? Because today it was really hard to drag myself onto stream. I'm not gonna lie. There is like literally nothing at all fun or good to talk about right now. Everything is depressing. We got tornadoes. We got rampant transphobia. We've got more rampant transphobia. We've got red-brown alliance shit. Like, I don't know, guys. Like, everything is depressing. And so it's not that no. Everything is not bad all the time. But I will say that there are some things that are quite depressing at this particular moment. So I just hope you know, I'm gonna do my best today, but I don't choose, okay? I don't choose what we have to talk about. Okay, I do choose what we have to talk about, but I don't choose, like, what's available to talk about in politics. I can only choose from what's available to talk about when we're talking about politics, because, you know, that's kind of how politics goes. So, yeah. But we have one funny thing to talk about today, and that is this red-brown, you know, crypto-fash bullshit, which we're gonna have a little bit of fun laughing at here. This is the fabled alliance that's forming between the amazing Black Hammer and the equally fucked up Proud Boys. I should call all of you crackers. Oh, you know what? Why don't we? What if we did a surprise inscription stream? Guess what? That was already on the books. We're doing a surprise inscription stream shortly after we do some politics. Fuck yeah. But yeah, why don't I drop my, why don't I talk about the C word, everybody? Do we want to talk about the C word? Is it a surprise if you tell us? Well, I only told you now, so you're already watching, so yes. Yes, I saw that, Wolfie Universe. Somebody sent me somebody sent me a link to a segment Vosh did recently, and I'm very happy to hear that. I got to see some of that segment myself. I was live for a small bit of it once I was pinged. And also, Vosh was really nice to me that night. Somebody sent me a clip. Here, let's watch this one. What's this one? What's this clip? Oh, no. Why am I being sent this? Fine. Does this have a fucking curse word in it? Why am I being sent this fucking piece of shit?
I'm ejecting all of it, okay? I am putting forth my own definition, okay? Trans will include male to female, female to male, I guess intersex, and non-binary, sure. But all of the other kin shit, all of the xenogender, all of that shit doesn't get to be called trans on my stream. We do not do that here. You can refer to it as what it is, but autism, gender and helicopter and all this other crazy shit, I'm not going to let that be a subsection of trans anymore, because I'm not going to let people invoke all of the struggle and all of the like righteousness that trans people have behind them now to defend their dog shit crazy attention-seeking behavior on Twitter. Just because I reject that autism is a gender does not make me transphobic.
Oh my god. Attention! Ahem! Attention! The leader of the white male gamers has logged on. I hereby declare xenogenders not trans. I hereby declare the only genders are non-binary, female and male, and intersex. Unironically, one of the most pathetic things I've ever seen. I haven't seen a clip where a man looks so small, and it's not because of his height. It's all in how he carries himself. See, people always thought that you were being height phobic, but it's really because he walks around like this, like, oh, I'll show you what! I'll show you what! There's gonna be no more trannies in the spaces anymore! There's gonna be no more, I won't handle it! No more deers! No more helicopters! No! I'm Vosh gender! I'm Vosh gender! Where are my gloves? Daniel! Where are my gloves? Mom! Where are my gloves? What a great start. Thanks for whoever sent that hilariously pathetic clip to me. I thought it was going to be a better one, to be honest. Yeah, it was a good mic test. The mic held up. Oh, what a mess. No, Yoda's sleeping right now, honestly. This has real RGR saying, I rebuke that. I rebuke that. I did, Windleby. Before it got deleted. I'm on break and I have students wondering who was screaming. Just tell them it was some dumb SJW bitch on the internet. Save yourself some face. Hey, that's sick, Wolfie Universe. Thank you. I think I saw that. Yeah, I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, it did get deleted. Yeah, somebody's got it, but oh my god. Yeah, it did get deleted last I checked. Oh, that would be bad? Oh, okay. I don't think so. I didn't say that anyway. I said tyranny, everybody. I said tyranny was the word that I said. I'm tired of this tyranny was what I had said there, everybody. Yeah. I sounded like a character from Chowder. Well, listen, I had to practice. Yeah, here we go. I'm this person. I'm this old lady fairy lady. There you go. Bam. Hey, thank you, Piftle Cakes. Thank you so much. God, how do I even how do we even follow that up? Guys, like, the dregs, okay? Listen, let me tell you something. I have not been on Twitter, okay? Yeah, demon gender? Fuck yeah, hell yeah. What was I gonna say? I don't even remember. I was gonna say so. Oh yeah, that's right. The dregs of discourse on Twitter right now have been horrible. I've not been on Twitter much. I've been playing a fuckload of Kenshi. For those of you who don't know, Kenshi is everybody is sleeping on Kenshi, okay? Kenshi is an amazing RPG/sim game. I've been having so much goddamn fun with it. Oh yeah, I have been playing Super Auto Pets. Super Auto Pets is really fun. Maybe I'll play a game or two to show you guys what that's all about. It's a really cute, very simple, like, auto battler. Super Auto Pets is quite fun. It's very, very simple, and it's graphically kind of like, it's turbo simple, but it's actually quite fun, and there's some really cool combos and stuff. I like it quite a lot. I've also been playing a lot of Kenshi. Kenshi is so awesome. Like, oh my god. I can't even, and guess what? Kenshi 2 is coming out soon. It's, oh my god, there's so much. Like, I could show you all my crazy shit, but let me just tell you right now, what I have going on right now, okay? I found a bug guy. Yes, I have a real city. I have an actual city that cannot be taken now. Yeah, it's coming out relatively soon. They've been showing off all kinds of new stuff. There was an update posted today about Kenshi 2. They were showing off a lot of the stuff they've done. Yeah, it's been really, really, really cool. So, I'll just give you a quick summary of what I've been doing in Kenshi. I have a little bug guy whose name is Beep. He's really cute. He's a little bug. And he has no skills whatsoever, or at least he did. I took him in. I built him a dojo with with a couple of slavers that I beat up and stripped down, who are now serving as living training dummies for him. So Beep is locked in a dojo with 3 very weakened, very starved slavers, ex-slavers. Now they're training dummies. And he's beating them up and getting stronger and stronger. And one of his arms got ripped off during a fight, and I gave him a robot arm from a spider mech. So he has one giant arm that's a spider mech arm that he can literally rip other people's arms off with, which is super cool if you ask me. So he's a kung fu robot armed bug that I trained myself. Pretty cool. Plus, keep in mind, there's like, the thing about Kenshi is it's like a story generator. You make up your own kind of stories as you go, and there's some like stuff existing in the world. It's a lot of fun. I've been actually naming all of my save files as chapters in the story. And what I'll do is when I'm done with my Kenshi save, I'll probably type up the story of what happened in that Kenshi save and tell it to y'all on stream. Because I think that would be a really cool way of like hyping up Kenshi to other people. Yeah. Yeah, it's super cool. I'm kind of confused about gender in the aspect of xenogenders. Like, there are multiple I identify with, but I don't know if I'm able to identify as multiple at the same time. Can you clarify if that's possible? Of course you can. Keep in mind that the whole... Okay, so there are many ways of looking at gender. The way I look at gender is that gender isn't a particularly nebulous social construct that we build as we go in our sort of together in our sort of social sort of social contexts. Sorry, I'm stumbling on my words a lot today. I apologize about that. I'll explain that to you, Dream Canoe, in a second. Excuse me. And so you can have as many ways of describing your gender as is necessary for you to express yourself accurately. And that's up to you to determine, right? You get to determine that. Do you see gender as related to sex, even a sliver? Not meaningfully. People say that it is, but I don't think it actually is. Yeah, gender is pretty nebulous. So yeah, I support people like doing what they need to express themselves, however that sees fit. Like for example, some people would describe me as demon gender. I don't really use like the term demon gender personally, because it's just like it doesn't really help me personally, but for other people they might like that term. So yeah. And if you fall into that category, that's perfectly fine. Yes, that did happen indeed, Wolfie Universe. I did see a bruh moment from Hunter Avalon, though apparently he said that was like a misunderstanding. But to be completely honest, boy, was that a bruh moment. That was a whoo boy. I looked at that meme and I was just like, dude, what? Wow. Yeah. Bruh. That's what it was. What's this?
Attention, attention. The leader of the white male gamers has logged on.
Wait, what's this? Wait a minute.
Attention, attention. The leader of the white male gamers.
You're deleting this? Don't! I'm deleting! Don't! How do I edit the tweet? How do I edit the tweet? Look, it's only a minute. It's just a second. It's just a moment. Listen, nothing bad has happened, okay? Could you talk a bit about your thoughts on the use of it's? Yeah, I already did a segment on it, but I can absolutely do it. It's is based. It's that simple. If somebody if somebody wants you to use its pronouns, you should just do it. There's really no reason not to. The thing with its pronouns is okay, so the thing with its pronouns that people take contention with is because people who don't use its pronouns sometimes get called an it specifically with the intent for it to be dehumanizing for someone who doesn't request its pronouns. But some people unironically just appreciate its pronouns better, and that's okay. They're already pronouns. Yeah. So go for it. Like if somebody is asking for that, that's their right to do so. Yeah, I mean, like, look at that. I started using its a few weeks ago and it's giving me so much gender euphoria. Fuck yeah. Its pronouns came up in an episode of TNG. Yeah, that show's ahead of its time. Vosh came up with the idea to disrespect Nazi gender based on the fact that— No! Wrong! Vosh did not come up with that argument. Wrong! Incorrect! No, I will not have my— No! I know for a fucking fact I was the first person who made that argument in this space. I know for a goddamn fact that I was the one who did it. You fuckers. You little fuckers. Okay, good. All right. Thank you, Piftle Cakes. Thank you, Piftle Cakes. Thank you. Oh, well, whatever. Listen, I don't care, honestly. I'm giving these chatters, my chatters, a little bit of a shit, but honestly, I don't care. What I care about is the argument being propagated. But it is true. Wait, couldn't you then argue that you can disrespect the identity of a trans person who is a Nazi? What? No. No, don't worry, Sally Graves. You haven't. The problem is, okay, I'm getting stun locked here because I do that all the time because that's like half the reason why everybody watches me. Yeah, you disrespect the fact that they built their gender around being Nazi. Like, you're allowed to disrespect people. It's just we recognize that there are good reasons and bad reasons to disrespect people. Like, for example, nothing like, wait a second. Like, nothing is stopping you from, like, I don't know. How do I make this make sense? If they identify as a Nazi, I'll respect their identity by treating them like one. Yep. Give them the old Mussolini treatment. Yep. There you go. Give them the respect their gender deserves, everybody. Little whoopsie. Yeah, the old 1-2 buckle my shoe, exactly. Ah, I see. We have the Yugoslavian, the fans of the cockpit. Whoopsies. Yeah, listen, I can't do that because of legal liabilities, but if you want to imagine that, you can. Yeah, this all has been such a silly nonsense bullshit thing. The reality is that gender is a fuck, and the best way to handle gender is to be mutually respectful to one another. And if somebody walks up and says, they come up and they're like, my Führer, I'm Nazi gender. Then you punch. Don't do that. You give them the old heave ho in Minecraft. Okay, that's how it goes. My Nazi gender, Sieg Heil, ha! Okay, listen. No, I'm not going to review the Hans debate. It was extremely silly. Xan held his own quite well. I felt like Hans was incredibly rude to Xan, and that Xan absolutely deserved to be meaner. Yeah. 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 Yeah, it was a bit, is that the, I don't know, no, I don't even know what that accent is. It just sounds like what I would imagine, like a German person wearing lederhosens and, like about...
A white guy pretending to be...
Yeah, a white guy with like a little yellow elf hat from like one of those like a gnome hat, and he's got lederhosens and a big beer, and he's like, oh, yole lole, doing all that. Yeah, exactly. Xan's performance was really impressive. There were a couple of parts where I felt like Xan tripped up, primarily on the Nazi gender thing. But I felt like overall Xan has gotten extremely good at talking about gender. And I respect that a lot. Also, Xan was dealing with an incredible amount of hostility. Like Hanz straight up, guys, like I don't, so wait, hold on. Let's do a quick thing real quick before I talk about this. Who saw it? Okay, let's see. Okay, so most people did. Okay, a lot of people saw it with Vosh. That makes sense. Okay, yeah, that counts. Yeah, a lot of people saw it with Vosh. That makes sense. I saw the original, and then I saw a bit of it without Vosh, with Vosh. Okay. All right, so Hanz and Xan debated each other. Hanz was an absolute prick. They actually got along on like a couple of points where they were like talking about swimming and stuff like that, which was kind of nice. But keep in mind that throughout the debate, Hanz said at least 3 times that he only came on to talk to Xander because he thought it would give him a shot to talk at Vosh. Which is like so unbelievably disrespectful. I felt very bad for Xan in that way because Xan kind of took it like a champ, and honestly, I think that Xan would have been better off to be like, dude, I'm not gonna have you on my show to talk about me like that. But I will give Xan credit for putting the discourse above his personal beef. But as for me, as somebody who appreciates Xan a lot, man, fuck Hanz. That was such a dick-ass thing to do. But also, it was pathetic, and it didn't work. How did Hanz even think that was gonna work? It is actually, unironically, one of the most cringy. I was cringing that entire debate when I watched it on Zan's side, because the entire time Hanz was just like, V-man, big V, daddy V, hey V. I mean, literally, what was it, like hundreds of Vosh mentions in a conversation with Xanderhal, where Xanderhal was repeatedly trying to keep it on point. Dude, holy fuck, that was weird. God, it was such a fucking weird conversation. It was really funny because there was this emote in the chat that somebody did that was like this SpongeBob fish looking over its shoulder, and every time he said Vosh, they would put the little people would go the command for the fish. It was very cute. The mod check, is that what it's called? Mod check. Okay, that's what it's called on their chat. Yeah. That's kind of accurate, Akira Tanako. Yeah. The mod check, it was so cute. It made me laugh. That was making me laugh. I mean, I think that's true to a degree, 85D2D Derek, but there was certainly limits. Like, I think there's a limit, right? Like, at the end, when Hanz was just lying straight to Zan's face and being like, you know, I'm not using you, really. It's just, you know, you are the way, you are the gateway, you're the henchman for Vosh. Like, I'm not using you, buddy. I'm not using you, bro. But, like, you know, I need to get through you to get to the final boss. That sort of thing. Like, that type of behavior is, like, one of the most uncomfortable and cringe things I've ever seen. And I wish that Zan would have just been like, dude, what the fuck is your problem? Like, what the fuck is your problem, man? Dude, you sound fucking insane. What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah. Wow, socialist potato. You're trying to destroy some bladders. Yeah, it was fucking cringe. So there was all that. He called Zan Vosh's #1 orbiter. Look, I think I would have been more partial to saying Zan was an orbiter like a year and a half ago when Zan and Vosh were doing like really similar content for a while, but recently, not even fucking close. Like, Zan and Vosh have like completely gone like this. Like, Zan does like tons of debates about gender and stuff, while Vosh is mostly doing news stuff these days. Vosh does like news and a ton of interviews and stuff. I don't know. Like, I don't think that's accurate. Yeah, they've done their own things. And also, like, I will agree that like their content converged for a while when they were like way more together, but I don't even think I don't think that qualifies as like being an orbiter. I don't know. When I think of an orbiter, I think of somebody who always does the exact same drama that is being done by the primary streamer, right? So, like, a great example of some real, genuine orbiters. Hanz. All of the people who look exactly like Hanz and talk exactly like Hanz, and their profiles look almost identical to Hanz. You know, I mean, I could name a whole bunch of them. You got the Mind Waves. You got the, what's that other one? You got Gammy. You got the Synthy one. You got the other one. Yeah, relevant. People who literally, they will wait until Sansol, you know, the people who will literally take a thing that Destiny did yesterday, and then they do a replay of it the next day, like for every hour of the day. They're basically like a replay channel, you know? Yeah. So, yeah, it's a little cottage industry. Weird Vimp confession. Lately, I like Zan's content better because I like the direction he's gone in. Yo, that's cool. That's sick. Now you're a Zimp. That's okay. Now you're an ex-Vimp, a Zvimp. I'm struggling. How goes the politics? Not good. I've been stun locked. It's okay. We'll get there. We'll get there. Just be along for the ride. See you soon, Windleby. Dude, I don't know what Sansol's problem is. Like, I feel like Sansol got real mad. Oh boy, here we go. Is he gonna tweet about me? Is that it? Oh, you know, listen. Whew. Okay, I'm sorry. This has all been so, everything has just been, for the last like month, I've just been sitting back and letting people and letting these people pie themselves in the face. And it's been so satisfying. It's been so satisfying watching them all just completely and utterly fucking, like, just, what's that? Here, let me just play it for you. Here's what we need. We just need some music real quick. Hold on. Here we go.
Bang! Hit it, Joe!
This has been Twitter for the last, like, 3 weeks. And I've just been sitting there like this, like... Yeah, so that's the kind of shit that I've been, that's the kind of shit that I've been enjoying. I've just been enjoying a bunch of circus events as people completely pie themselves in the face. Well, we got Cracker Discourse again. We got N-Word Andy Discourse again. It's just the same old thing. Meanwhile, over here, we're playing Inscription. We're talking about labor struggles. We're talking about gender. We're talking about all kinds of cool stuff. And then over in Twitch Politics, it's the third rerun of the thing you've already seen. They're looping again. Wait, did I get banned again? Hey, no, I'm not. I'm not banned. Am I? I'm not, am I?
I'm not banned. I'm not banned.
I don't think so. Hey, thank you for the sub, Sally Graves. Appreciate that. Oh, okay, so apparently they are getting banned for that? All right, I won't say that then. Listen. Okay, I won't say it. I'll say the C word. All right, let's talk. You want to do politics now? Okay? Are we doing politics now? Is that what we're doing? First of all, press the like button. If you're here, whether you're watching on Twitch or on YouTube, please consider pressing the like button. I would, you know, love that. There you go. Press that. Go over to the YouTube. Press the like button on YouTube. It would mean the world to me. We only have 152, but we have 263 YouTube viewers and a whole bunch more Twitch viewers. I know. We're trying to change that, Falafel. We really are. We really are. Okay? I like what you said about clown girls, but what is your opinion on Shu? What, did I say something about clown girls?
We do like clown.
I mean, I do think clown fuckers are based. Okay. What is my opinion on Shu? I've made my opinion on Shu pretty clear. I think that Shu has always been very nice to me. Seems like an incredibly nice person interpersonally. I think that Shu is irresponsible very frequently with her platform. And I think that if Shu's not careful, somebody innocent is going to get hurt because of how carelessly she reports on some things. Yeah. So, yeah, isn't it good, Jazz Dog? It's fucking great, isn't it? Oh, okay. Wait. Okay, then wait. Can you DM me to confirm that's your account? Because then I'll give you a cool thing. Something else. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, Argo. That doesn't surprise me at all. Hey, thank you very much, Red Cactus. Deeply appreciate that. You make it possible for me to have a Christmas and to pay my bills. Thank you. So let's talk about it. Let's start with the C word discourse, okay? Since that seems like a good way to do it. So some of you may know. Okay, cool. Here, let me give you that real quick. Here, let me give you a little fancy name. Do you want me to change your name or are you cool with this? Wait. I blew up my own. What have I done? Here we go. Let me get you this. Here you go. I'll give you a little note. There you go. Notable name. Fancy. Okay, let's talk about it. The C word discourse, everybody. Okay, everyone. Sometimes you find yourself out at the store, okay? And when you're out at the store, you might be trying to do your thing, and then you might feel that the service is just really bad, and you might start complaining. You might go, oh my God, I want to talk to your manager. I want to talk to your manager right now. And you might find yourself doing that, okay? And then if you keep screaming and threaten to call the cops like any rational person would do, then you might find somebody call you a C word. It rhymes with Acker, but starts with a C. And they might even use another word, like Karen. These are racial slurs. Do not use them. They are racist. Racist, I tell you. And you will be reported. You will be reported to your manager. You will be called to the cops. I will sue you. My husband is a lawyer. My husband is a lawyer. How dare you use the K word and the C word on me? I am 1/16 Irish. Irish people used to be racially discriminated against. I can't handle this pressure. Okay, all nonsense aside. Guys, come on. This is the stupidest discourse ever. It's bad faith. It's always been bad faith. No, it is not even close to, like, racist in the exact same way, to call somebody a C word, okay? This whole thing is bullshit, okay? The reality is that people, upset, fragile reactionaries need the world to look as though there is no more racism anymore. They need the racism to have been left in the 1960s before they were born, where they don't have to think about it. And so what they do is they pretend that they're very, very offended about the C word. You know, they pretend that it's so bad and that it's so racist. And then you ask them, you go, okay, so if that's true, like, how does it hurt you? How does it make you feel when you hear the C word? And they go, well, I don't know. You know, it just makes me feel, it makes me feel like I'm not, well, I don't know, but it's not nice. They never have any reason, because the reality is, would I agree that it's a slur though? Only in the loosest term, right? Like, sure, there's lots of things that are slurs. Is Karen a slur? You could define it as that. Is bitch a slur? Yeah, you could probably define bitch as a slur. Is there's all kinds of words that are slurs. But the thing is that we can recognize there were slurs of different intensity, and that there are slurs that are especially relevant, as a wheat thin. Yeah, sure, wheat thins are fine. But we can acknowledge that it's a lot about context, right? So, let's think about this, right? So, like, there are slur words that are slurs in Eastern Europe that are not slurs in America and never will be considered a slur in America, even though they are literally a slur in Eastern Europe because of religious and ethnic conflicts in that area. There are conflicts and history in that area that change the context of the word itself. And so I just don't really, I can't really get behind the idea that, like, I'm supposed to take cracker, I mean, like crackers, like Cracker Barrel, you know? I'm supposed to take that seriously as a slur. And there's a couple of reasons for that. And we actually talked about this with the G word discourse. Does anybody remember that with the Gusano discourse? Where I said I don't think that it's like a slur that's on the same level as like the N-word. But there is certainly something to be said about it. I think even less could be argued about cracker, okay? Like, like, first of all, cracker isn't even targeted at anybody. It's not even targeted at a specific group. It's just a incredibly broad term for, like, annoying white person. And is that really, like, is that really something that's, like, is that really something that's worth making a big deal out of? I just don't think so. I really just don't. A lot of people were complaining about it. Like, yeah, it was stupid. So, the C word refers to slave masters cracking whips. I don't know. Maybe. I just don't.
No, it used to be.
You just white person, come on, you're doing it right now. What? Of course the person who would have a complaint about this would be nuts. Of course it would be. Guys, I just don't think it's that severe. I just don't. And if you don't believe me, okay, here's the challenge. Ready? Are you ready? Here you go. Here's the challenge. Go outside right now and yell the word cracker in a crowded location. Then do it again with the N-word. Okay? All right? Which one do you think anyone is going to give a shit about? Watch this. Watch this. Ready? I'll open my window and scream the word cracker. Watch this.
Oh, mama.
Cracker! Done. Just did it. Nothing to worry about. I literally just opened my window and just did it. And I'm not doing the other one. I'm not. Not happening. Not happening. Okay. Could you say, is there an argument to be made? Is there an argument to be made that the C word is a slur of some form? Of course. There are many things that could be a slur, okay? Like I said, almost anything could be. But the reality is that the impact is not the same, and it is not a double standard to say that you're okay with saying one word that doesn't do any demonstrable harm versus saying another word that does do demonstrable harm. Because guess what? Using a slur like the N-word absolutely does demonstrable harm. It is a word that is designed and has a literal centuries, as in with an S, centuries long context as being a word used to dehumanize, to marginalize, to disempower, and to harm people. So it's not the same thing. And my final take on this is very simple. Boo-hoo, cracker. Boo-hoo. That's the end of my, that's the final take right there. And if Twitch feels it necessary to ban me for that, I'm reclaiming it. Okay? As a person of white color, I am a person, a POW, as a person of white. I'm reclaiming it, okay? Yeah. Yeah. As male American, yeah. Oh yeah, I can say honky. Oh! Ooh! Ooh! We're getting racial up in here. Okay, guys, come on. Did anybody seriously think I was gonna have like an extremely in-depth segment on this about? Come on, like it's so straightforward. Let's just be real. You can say what with a hard H. Okay. Yeah, true, Jazz Dog. Yeah. Mayo in action. Cornstarch Crusader. Yeah, listen, you have to just keep moving the thing. Guys, if you're a white person who's offended by the word cracker, stop. Just stop. It is actually that simple. Like, I know that it probably feels a little invalidating for someone to tell you, for like a whitey like me to tell another whitey like you to stop being angry about something. I'm sure that feels very, very invalid or whatever. But I just want you to know, just get over it. The sooner you get over it, the happier of a person you will be, okay? It is literally so small of a problem. You deserve to be laughed at if you're genuinely offended by the word cracker. You are not ready for living in a world if that's what offends you. You are definitionally a snowflake, okay? Yeah. Yep. Simple as that. Yeah, that's about all I have to say about that, right? Yeah. No, literally, if you screamed cracker in a crowded room of white people, everyone would react, and it would be to laugh, because it is funny. Am I gonna get the boot off of Twitch? I better not. If I get the boot off of Twitch, like, I'm doomed, and I need to just find a new career. Unironically, if I get the boot off of Twitch for analyzing the word cracker, I would be, I would laugh. I feel like all of this has been a misunderstanding, probably. But listen, I hate being censored, okay? Listen, everybody. Imagine that. A lefty who hates being censored? What's that? Oh, I'm being censored? Oh, I bet the righties aren't going to come for this. Are they going to defend my right to say the word cracker? The hell? So yeah, boohoo cracker. That's all I got to say. Like, I feel like that was a really lazy segment, but I can't be offended by it. I really can't. As somebody who's like a marginalized person of whiteness, that's a joke, by the way. As somebody who has white skin, but is also trans, openly trans, and have been harassed by that, there's literally no reason to be offended by the word cracker. It is not even used with the same tonality that other words are. Hey, thank you very much, Tobat. Yeah, true. Recognize your white privilege. I am recognizing and reclaiming listen, everybody. I am not only recognizing, but I am here right now self-flagellating like an SJW by fighting for the right of people to say the word cracker. Oh, I need to get, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for the, oh wait, my ancestors were dying in Eastern Europe when all of this shit went down in America, so fuck you guys, but, I apologize on behalf of all white people. You can use the slurs against us, please. I apologize on behalf. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one, Argo. If someone's calling me a cracker, I'm happy because it means that I'm not being called the T-slur. True! Ow! But true! Yeah, but people do be kind of mean to the whites occasionally. What? Oh, did you see a Twitter thread where somebody said Mayo side now? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I didn't pay tribute to you. Hold on. Let's have a moment of silence for you having to have the horror of seeing a Twitter thread that disagrees with you. Hold on. I'm tearing up from all the victims of Mayo side. All of the nobody who's ever died from Mayo side. Okay. Okay, all right. Is that good enough now? Have we gotten it done? Yeah, true. True, Tobat. Slurs should be tools of empowerment, not something to be feared. I don't fear anything, okay? I'm not scared of anything. Have you seen this? Look at that. I'm not scared of anything, especially not being called a cracker. If you're scared of being a cracker, that's because you're a pussy. There's another slur to match you up. There you go. We're slurring it up today. We might have to get 500 likes. If we decide to do inscription, we'll have to push for 500 likes. If we get 500 likes on every inscription stream, I'm going to be commissioning art of the Grime Dango card, which, if you don't know what that means, that's because you haven't caught up on the storyline of the Demon Mama fully voice acted inscription streams, which are amazing, and they're all up on my channel. Person of white, prisoner of war. Oh my god. Absolutely fucking amazing. Jazz Dog, a legendary one. Oh my god, very good person. Okay, very good use of the bus meme. I'm very proud. I'm very proud. That's a very good one. Rest well, Rezel. Prisoner of white, yeah. All right. Oh my fucking god. Oh, what a mess. Oh, what a goddamn mess. Okay. Oh, thank you, Ink Frog. I appreciate that. So do we want to talk, speaking of ridiculous nonsense, racism and all that shit? Do we want to talk about the main dish? Do we want to talk about the alliance between Black Hammer and the Proud Boys? Cuz that's funny. It's very, very funny if you know, and it's especially funny because guess what, everybody? We've actually done this. It's super interesting. Let's see if I can find my, oh, look at this. Look at this. What's this? Oh, look at this. This streamer named Demon Mama. Look at this. A streamer named Demon Mama did a video. Breaking scoop. Sus Black Hammer anti-colonial org steals land and art. Remember this, everybody? Do you remember us doing this live thing? This was so much fun. Look, it's an older past me. This is where we discovered that they literally stole art. This was stolen art from some, like, German student. They stole a whole bunch of art just over and over and over again. We did searches for it, and we also were making fun of them by saying that it looked like Neotopia. Is that the name of the town in Neopets? Neotopia? Petopia?
What?
What's the town in Neopets?
There's a lot of them.
Neopia? Neopet?
Neopia.
Yeah. So here's all their shit. They got like $500,000 or something, or they were trying to raise $500,000, but they only managed to raise like 50. Here's some of their, by the way, so you see these people here who are like a part of their group. None of these people are even in the org anymore. They had a massive falling out, and they purged their own organization. Oh wait, yeah, this is before I had the split tongue. How weird. How weird is that? Here's me. Let's see. You want to see? You want to see what I look like? Weird. Wait, why is it not? Anybody a big fan of the police? I don't think anybody here is a fan of the police. Still not fan of the police. Money, Robert Dunn. No? Thanks for the money. Appreciate that. Oh, Zanny Dragon. Sorry, that will, Zanny Dragon, just DM me on Discord if you can, please. Damn, I still say that all the time. So yeah, if you're wondering, the conclusion was that Black Hammer is the sussiest group of scam artists this side of the left. But guess what? It gets even better, everybody, because as it turns out, they've been through a lot of stuff since we did that. You know, it's been a while since we checked in with our friends over at Black Hammer, and let me tell you, things have been very weird. They've had an internal purge. Their fundraiser failed. The purchase of the land that they were going to build Hammertopia, Hammer City on, or whatever it was called, failed. They didn't even get the land. They got evicted from the land after attempting to take it, and by take it, I mean 5 kids with sweatshirts and like one of those starter logs that you can make a fire in your fireplace with. They got like arrested out on some random barren piece of property for trespassing and setting things on fire. Yeah, it was basically Kikassia. Yeah. And it wasn't Ghazi outed as an abuser. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty obvious. Ghazi, the like person who's running the group, has purged members for disagreeing with them on multiple occasions. Like, this is obviously the most scammiest scam that's ever scammed. Just ever, okay? It is just massive scam energy, okay? And let me just show you how true that really is. Because take a look at this, everybody. Feast your motherfucking eyes on this. You heard it here first. The Black Hammer organization and the Proud Boys are forming a coalition to defeat the disgusting, pedo-loving, welfare economy democrats and their puppet master, Big Pharma, who has been poisoning all of us for too long. Form the coalition to defeat the Fauci mandate and the left. So apparently the Black Hammer guys are like literally not leftists anymore, even though they called themselves leftists before. Now they don't. Oh, look, here's some clips. Shall we watch the clips together? Let's see what they have to say. Oh, yeah. By the way, in case you didn't know this, Ghazi Kodo, like, unironically hates Jewish people. Like, unironically. One of the original controversies that Black Hammer got into was because they were burning copies of the Diary of Anne Frank. Yeah, it's literally this meme. Guys, I'm sorry, it's literally this meme. This one. The only thing the establishment truly fears. I got your back, brother. And you got the like hardcore black nationalist, black separatist, and you've got the hardcore fucking southerner Confederate dude. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad, but it's true. People don't tend to ironically hate Jewish people. No, they never do. If you ironically hate Jewish people, you just hate Jewish people. It's that simple. Yeah, these guys are fucks, okay? And their original account put out a fuckload of anti-Semitism. I believe they called Anne Frank a Becky, and then they burnt copies of the Diary of Anne Frank so they could generate PR or something for their organization. Which I don't know. To me, that just seems like really bad in every single way. Yeah. So is a Becky? No, it's just like yeah, a Becky is like it's like a shitty. Basically, it's a term for like a lazy woman who doesn't put any effort in and just gets by on desperate dick. It's pretty bad. Yeah. It's pretty bad. Anyway, they were pretty bad. And this has been a whole thing, you know? So let's see what they have to say, okay? Because they posted some of their stuff. Yeah, yeah, hold on a second. There we go. Gotcha. Fixed your name there. Let's continue. Okay, let's see what they have to say for themselves. Sorry, I just got a message in. Let's do this. Let's see what they have to say, okay? Because here's their meeting with the Proud Boys. Look at this. Right here, right before our very eyes, you've got Gazi Kodo, the leader of Black Hammer, and you've got Gavin McInnes, the no longer leader of the Proud Boys, who still somehow speaks on behalf of the Proud Boys very frequently, even though he's definitely not a part of the Proud Boys anymore. Remember, just remember that Gavin left the Proud Boys so that he wouldn't go to prison for gang crimes. He resigned so that he would get charged for a lower crime. Just so you know, that's a matter of public record. Let's continue.
Uniting the Proud Boys, Black Hammer, black and brown working people, white working people coming together against this elite big pharma situation. It is a fight between good and evil we in right now. This is serious stuff, y'all. This is serious stuff. And we need to all get on the right side of history, which is both sides.
Nice. Yeah, more like red and brown. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty obvious. But
While BLM and Antifa laughed about it, ignored it.
let's hear.
I'm telling you, it's the situation of why I'm here. I'm not here because I like the way Gavin smell. I'm not here because money to bail me out, whatever like that. Trumpers put that money in ASAP and got me out. While BLM and Antifa laughed about it, ignored it, and said that they wish I died there because of my stance on pedophilia and the fact that I started reading the Bible more. I can't be a Christian and be a revolutionary. Jesus was a revolutionary against Rome and shoot. Fauci looking like Caesar.
No, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Oh, he's doing the Christo route. The fake Christian shit. Oh, I've been reading this Bible. Please observe my Bible. Oh my God. How does anybody fall for this shit? How does anybody fall for this shit?
Gavin, first, I'm proud of you, son. I'm proud of what you have built. I'm proud of the work you have done. I know it's not easy. Gavin, first, I'm proud of you, son. I'm proud of what you have built. I'm proud of the work you have done. I know it's not easy being a leader, especially against this Fauci empire, this Dementia Joe empire.
Well,
This
you were
big-
there from day one. We say
Listen.
Uhuru because of you.
I know. Gavin, first.
Oh. So it's definitely you got some of the well-known voices around here. Now this is coalition building. Okay, all jokes aside, guys, like, can we talk about how obvious this was? Okay, this should be apparent to basically everyone. But the words right and left do not mean as much as what anybody says, okay? Everybody puts a lot of stock in people being, oh, I'm left-leaning. Oh, I'm a leftist. Oh, I'm a left-leaning person. I'm a blah, 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 blah. It means jack shit, okay? It means jack shit. These are terms that are only useful in the most broadest sense. If somebody comes to you being like, oh, don't disagree with me, that's leftist infighting, you should tell them, shut the fuck up. That's what you tell them. Because guess what? The left grows stronger because of disagreement. That's part of the benefit of being of leftism, is that there is a diversity of thought. That doesn't mean that you tolerate Nazis. It just means that you're able to actually disagree without destroying one another. Now, of course, there are times where there's crossing lines and all of that nonsense, but the reality is that the simple truth is that you and I don't have much in common with other people who claim to be on the left. If the last 12 months of my stream, which has been mostly being horrifically attacked by people on the left, is largely on a transphobic basis, if you think that if that isn't enough for you, this sort of thing should show you that there are fundamental principles that are a lot more important than things like, oh, I'm left-leaning, or oh, I'm right-leaning. I'm a centrist with some progressive leanings. None of that, all of these words, anybody can say that about themselves, and that doesn't really matter, okay? A liberal and a leftist might only agree on one axis, which is progressive social policy. Okay? And they might not even fully agree in how that should be implemented and done. For example, liberals love to tell leftists, oh, but I'm on your side. I'm on your side. And then you say, okay, well, what do you think about trans things? And they go, well, you know, I think we should elect people who are more willing to get you, you know, like a $50 discount coupon for your top surgery or bottom surgery. Wouldn't that be great if we got some Democrat politicians into office who would get you a discount on your surgeries that you need? That's that. And then the leftist goes, wait a minute, like, shouldn't we be able to fight for our liberation? Shouldn't we be able to fight for our right to get the surgeries that we want, to have those things be covered just like everybody else? Shouldn't we have the right to have these things be free in our society? And then they go, well, yeah, but you really should just go through the proper process to do so. And, you know, I can't just have, you know, we live in a capitalist society, so I just can't pay for your bum ass, bougie ass who wants to have some sort of surgery. Can't you just get along? You know? Can't you just get along without that? Can't you just pass better and also not get what you need? Yeah, it's bad. So what I'm trying to say here is that people need to think deeper than left or right. Okay? You can't just see the entire world based on left or right, because these things don't have any comprehensive meaning outside of getting a very, very vague idea of where people stand. If somebody says that they're like if somebody says they're like a lefty, but they're constantly making weird racist jokes, or they're constantly posting memes about how they're gonna like go hang out with Nazis or Proud Boys or whatever, or if they're constantly espousing positions that are definitively not even remotely left, but they just keep calling themselves a leftist, guess what? You don't have to take it seriously. You can just go, okay, so you're a leftist. I still think you're a moron. It's that simple. Yeah, it is that simple. And the reality is there's a lot of people like this. Yeah, I think there's a lot of the ML faction on Twitter that is a lot like this in my personal experience, a faction I was very, very open to for an incredibly long time, until I realized that they were some of the worst harassers on the website, and they don't even espouse the same values as me and many other people I agree with, even though they claim they do. They don't actually. So like, that doesn't mean that all MLs are bad. I think there are a lot of really, really good MLs out there. I think there are some pretty cool people who come from that sort of vein of thought, even if I have very deep disagreements. But it's rare. And it's especially rare on websites like Twitter, because there's a lot of social conservatism. There's a lot of anti-degeneracy. That's how you end up with people like Haas and Hinkle, and that's how you end up with people like this guy, this person, fucking Ghazi Kadzo. Yeah. So the social conservatism is a thing that just floods right through all this. I can't avoid thinking of MLs as sock dems with guns. I don't know if I would think of them like that. I would think of them more as, I don't know. Look, I don't have a lot of nice things to say about MLs, okay? Listen, I just don't at this point. Let's not do that, okay? Did they say Trump? They said Trumpers bailed them out of jail. Yeah, I think they got arrested during a demonstration or something. I don't know. They got arrested, and apparently Trumpers posted their bail. Sure, okay. I don't know anything about that, and I don't really care. The truth is, there is one thing. If there's one thing that Vosh has been very accurate about, in my opinion, it is what he calls the Nazbol vortex, okay? Now, I don't really use that term personally because I think it's a little bit inaccessible to people who aren't like terminally plugged into internet factionalism, because most people don't know what a Nazbol is. I've used it before, of course. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's bad. I don't, but the idea of like a bunch of presumably left people pulling right is and ending up joining with fascists to preserve their position in the world is actually like as an actual real thing. Not only is it something that we can witness happening right now in our own spaces, however, we can also witness it happening in the past. We can see groups that found themselves in a political position where they chose to side with fascists against a racial or religious or gender or sexual minority because they didn't belong to that. A Nazbol is a nationalist Bolshevik. They were a faction of the Nazis that ended up getting purged mostly. It's a long story. But the interesting thing is, I don't even think the Nazbol vortex is the best way to do it, the best way to word it. I think it's just the fascist vortex. That's the Strass, right? Sorry, I get them mixed up. See, even I get them mixed up. Yeah. I feel weird when DM and Voss shit on MLs when my IRL friends are nothing like what you find out. No, that's fine. Like I said, I mostly my critiques stick to online people, and I do have some fundamental disagreements with the ideology of MLism, Marxism-Leninism, aka also known as Stalinism. I have some pretty serious disagreements with that ideology, but there are tons of individuals who grew up in, or that's their primary analysis, and they're perfectly good people. Online, it's just bad, okay? Online is bad, all right? What I'm trying to say here is that I think the concern isn't really a Nazbol vortex so much as it is just a Nazi vortex, okay? And the reason this is the case is because this is how fascists do it. Fascists whip up moral panics over and over and over again. They dominate politics by preying on people's fears, by engaging in acts of terror that terrorize the population, that terrorize sock dems, that terrorize liberals, that get all these people to believe that there is an imminent threat from either them, the fist, or the concealed dagger, which is behind, hidden behind, which is, the Jews or the immigrants or the transes, all these people that they make the moral panics about. And so these liberals and leftists fearing conflict, being in positions of generally being in positions of acceptability, white, cishet, leftists, will often just go, you know what? We're not so different, you and I. And they'll say, we can just put aside the trans people, or we can just put aside the Jewish people, or we can just put aside the whatever. And we've seen this happen again and again and again. We've covered it on this channel again and again and again. Other channels doing this, being willing to throw someone under the bus, specifically to say, oh, well, we need to build like a working class alliance. We talked about this with class reductionism, which is, in my opinion, a precursor to getting pulled into this sort of shit. And the reason why I don't really like using the Nazbol vortex terminology right now, even though a lot of people do like it, is because I think it implies that it can only happen to tankies. But that's not true. We already know that sock dems and liberals often side with fascists. We know that, like, the birthplace of neoliberalism was brought into existence by a fascist. Pinochet is a great example. We know that the sock dems laid down and took it when Hitler took over. So it isn't just ML types. It isn't just red fash we have to worry about. It's that fascism exploits fear and it exploits cowardice. And what we're seeing now is a rising fascist fervor, and we're starting to see who's willing to jump on board. We're starting to see who the cowards are, who are willing to jump over to the other side and say, hey, yeah, I'm black, but I'm one of the good ones. Or I'm trans, but I'm one of the good ones. I'll help you get all those other ones. Holy shit, that's really fucked, Infernatrix. I don't know. That's ridiculous. And I think it's really concerning. So we've seen a bunch of this, though. By the way, people would have you believe that it's just people like this. You know, everybody's going to be clowning on Ghazi Kodzo and whatever. But guess what? They're hardly the only ones. You want me to list off some names real quick? Let me get you some names, okay, of people who've been doing this sort of shit. We've got Jimmy Dore. Yeah, we got Jimmy Dore all over the place. They're doing this shit a whole bunch. We got the Peter Coffin Low Society pod. We got Bad Faith pod. We got let's see who else. Oh, we've got the like Adolf Reed type. With the one who did like, oh, class reductionism doesn't exist. Yeah, like it's all these people are so focused on identity. We've got the Twitch politics. Basically, Twitch politics has completely gone on board with this, just like welcoming Lauren Southern into their midst, which is really unfortunate. Yeah, Caleb Maupin. So there's actually quite a lot of people jumping on board on this. I actually don't think Kyle Kalinske is exactly like this. I think that Kyle Kalinske is a bit of a dupe in some ways. I think that he plays too nice with people, but I actually don't think that Kyle Kalinske is the riskiest person of this. I will admit, there are times where I have criticized Kyle Kalinske pretty hard for like doing the anti-id poll stuff, but it's not like a particularly strong position. If I see more of it, I think I would give him more shit. But honestly, I think that largely Kyle Kalinske is well-intentioned, even if I strongly disagree with him. Yeah. Shu absolutely leans into this sometimes. I think Shu's gotten better about this particular thing, but I think that Shu still does this all the time. This idea that like, oh yeah, see, like it's just we're laughing at the extremists. Meanwhile, the right-wing extremists aren't being made fun of, but perceived left-wing extremists are. It's wild how many different factions with different political aims combine into a front that pulls us fascismward. That's how fascism works. Fascism exploits fear to demand subservience. Always. That's how it works. They get people scared so that they'll let things go through, so that they'll let these people who are asserting the danger take power. The strong man comes in and goes, we have to do something, we must, and then the other people go, oh my god, what do I do? And they either hesitate and let the guy take over, or they help the guy take over. This is how it goes over and over and over again throughout history. It's the same fucking process. Use moral panic about degeneracy, about the loss of your culture, this palingenic, like, ultra-nationalism narrative bullshit. And it mixes in with a whole lot of other things. And there's a lot of movements like this right now. There are a lot of movements that are basically attempting to keep the veneer of political progressivism while also at the same time swinging to the right. And expressing very reactionary opinions. You see this with the TERF movement, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. The Black Hammer and Proud Boys thing is just the most egregious and clownish. But there are many more subtle ones going on all the time. And I urge people to be very critical of it. A lot of times people will get very distracted with small critiques of content creators they're very familiar with, whether it's, you know, the Xanderhals, whether it's the Surfs, whether it's whatever. They'll be fixated on these things and they'll ignore enormous political moves that are being made. For example, what does it really matter one bad take that Xanderhal drops or that the Surfs drop or whatever, anybody that you want to pick, me, Demon Mama. What does it matter one or two bad takes that they drop when you have an entire faction of the internet just happily providing a platform for one of the world's most fucking malignant right-wing demagogues, Lauren Southern? Do you notice that? Do you guys notice what goes by, what gets let through for the right? We're gonna watch something in a little bit here that was said by Steven Crowder on YouTube. Nothing. Or JK Rowling, yeah, all kinds of things. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So, the point is, what do I think people should be watchful for? Okay? Here's what I think people should be watching for. Okay? I think you should be watchful for politics that severely minimize the experiences and the importance of fighting for civil rights, or even if you don't want to call it civil rights, because I can understand there are people who don't really care about that particular wording, but for liberation. If you find a group that's saying, gay people, you just gotta wait, trans people, you just gotta wait, non-binaries, you just gotta wait, it's okay, your turn will come, we just have to get along with the righties for now. Not good. Not fucking good. That's a big warning. So the class reductionism, willingness to throw identity groups under the bus, big warning sign. A huge focus on raw populism, okay? And I mean raw populism, okay? There is some truth and some value to populist ideals, but the problem is, the simple reality is that populism is often very, very directionless, okay? And when I say populism, I mean trying to go with this idea of gathering what the people want. That is always a biased process. You can never truly grasp what all people want because people want contradictory things. There is no the people. There just isn't. It will never exist. Anytime you create the people, you cut people out who are no longer the people. So you have to be very careful about that. If you see somebody constantly appealing to populism, this is what the people deserve, this is what the elites are trying to keep you down, all this sort of stuff, that is a warning sign. Because a lot of different messages can be slipped in under a very convenient and good sounding veneer, okay? Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. Those are the two big ones. And otherwise, just become familiar with the talking points of people like this who are like, oh yeah, we're working class X group and we believe that we should ally with working class white people, which is apparently representative by the Proud Boys. The Proud Boys wear like Ralph Lauren polo shirts that are custom embroidered. The Proud Boys isn't exactly a working class movement, okay? And they're certainly not representative of it. And yet here you see them allying. Yeah, I mean, okay, we'll not get into that, okay? I mean, I understand being skeptical of people who focus so much on the working class, because the reality is more and more people aren't the working class. More and more people fall into a subcategory. More and more people are squished out of what would be called the working class. The working class is smaller and smaller every single day. So yeah, I think there's some problems with people who are hyper-focused on the working class. But I don't think it's as much of a red flag as certain types of class reductionist populism focus on elites. In my opinion, another dead giveaway is anti-vaxxing. Anti-vaxxing seems to be at least for me, anti-vaxxing seems to be like the big warning sign. If you see somebody start dipping into anti-vax talking points, 90% chance that person is swinging fash. It's just how it is. There is no, like, there is God, it is so hard. The vaccination thing, like, look, guys, you know me as like the fucking, you know what I like to talk about. You know the books I recommend. I'm all about that fucking, hey, let's criticize the institutions. Let's criticize the experts. But when we're talking about anti-vax, we're not even talking about criticisms. We're talking about people who are just literally trying to win over points from the most rabid and careless faction of our country. Anti-vax is an incredible litmus test for this sort of thing. It is so bad. It is so bad. So yeah, if you see that, and guess who's been doing that? Jimmy Dore. Have you noticed how Jimmy Dore has swung hardcore into the anti-vaxxing thing? Pretty weird. Yeah, you know, Peter Coffin has jumped onto it. Oh, wait, what's this? What's this? Oh, look, isn't it weird that this particular thing is all about the anti-vaxxing? How strange. How weird. Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know. Seems a bit strange to me. So that's about all there is to say right now about this Gazi Kodzo Proud Boys crossover. We all knew it was gonna go this way. Grifters gonna grift. Okay, there's a lot of money to be made by pandering to deranged people like the Proud Boys, to deranged anti-vaxxers who are so desperate to win that they will accept essentially anyone into their ranks. Remember, the Proud Boys was riddled with feds. They elected a fucking Fed snitch to their leadership. These people are desperately stupid. They are so desperate for some sort of accelerationist change, they'll let anyone into their midst. But guess what? That's all grifters. They play fast and loose with their principles. So yeah, watch out for that shit. Because remember, just because somebody says, I'm left-leaning, doesn't mean fucking squat. You need to analyze, all of you have to think and use your fucking critical thinking facilities to decide whether you think somebody's beliefs and actions actually align with this left label. Because a lot of people use the left label to try and appeal to the general progressive sentiment that we seem to have some level of consensus on, except we don't. Do you think it holds water that some lefty policies like worker democracy and decommodification would fix a lot of racial inequalities as well as class ones? Sure. I think some of those policies would indeed reduce it. It doesn't necessarily fix it, though. It won't necessarily fix it, and also it could make it worse. All right. So I need to use the restroom real quick. Fawn is gonna come entertain you. Okay. Ready, Fawn? You gonna come entertain the impies? Sure. Come entertain the impies, and then we have more to talk about, because we gotta talk about fucking JK Rowling, okay? So stick around, take this opportunity to press the like button, to subscribe to my channel, to throw some donations at Fawn, which Fawn will read them, which is super cool. But you get some Fauntent for about 5 minutes while I use the restroom, and then we'll be moving on to something else, okay? Let's do this. Let's make this happen. Here you go. All right, Fawn. Give them what they want. Give the people what they want.
I don't know what they want.
That's what they want. They want you.
Oh, okay.
That's what they want.
Hello, imps. Hello once again. Oof, my hair's all going goofy. What is up, my imps? You having a good stream? I hope you're having a good stream. 5 minutes. She pooping. I've been playing RimWorld. It's pretty fun. Playing it with funny meme mods. The rat puppet's there, but I don't know what to do with it. I'm not smart enough. Thank you. Recently I did these. Whoa, those look really fucking cool on camera, but just Sharpie drawings. It's because everything is so like super high saturation on this camera. Which makes like reds and yellows especially super duper pop out. Fawn stream, Fawn sub. Thank you for the 2 tier 1 subscriptions, Val9Tao. And yeah, RimWorld is great, but I've barely even played it vanilla. I downloaded it and played around a tiny bit. Well, not download, bought it, download, whatever. And then immediately I was like, mod time for mods. Yes, RimWorld. How does it feel being? It feels fine. It feels fine. Feels good. Feels nice. I do art. I did the art for the overlay. yeah, RimWorld is kind of bare bones vanilla wise, like content wise. There's not much to it. So of course I installed all of the vanilla expanded animal mods. Gotta have all the animals. Let me have them tapirs and whatnot. How do I sit down and do art? It's very rare. It's very rare I can do it. Usually stimulants help. I used to be able to like really just tunnel into art for a long time, but I don't know. It's been hard to get the motivation. A cannibal farm? THC is technically a depressant and a stimulant at the same time. It's weird. What I'm doing in my RimWorld campaign right now is I'm just making a base that has, you know, it has a main building where the people live and stuff, and then a big industry building, and then a prison dungeon building, and I'm just waiting for the right kinds of people to come by my base, and I'm gonna scoop them up. I'm gonna kidnap them. Let's go. My favorite, RimWorld is my favorite libertarian-made slavery simulator. It's true though. Have I taken edibles before? Yes. My one of my girlfriends we make our own. Yeah. Yo, what if they made like virgin edibles? What? You know, like edibles without the weed in them. You mean food? That's a good one. Trying to think of what else I can do. It's been some exhausting few days of sleeping mostly. I have considered streaming doing art in the past, but streaming is getting a setup for it would take a long time. I'm not denying the rat requests. Here, I'll get the rat, but I can't do anything good with it right now. I'm not ready for it. Liked my tweet on the It's your favorite rat friend, everybody. Rat puppet show with the rat time. It is a very cute puppet, but of course I am uninspired right now. It just likes to like pet itself. The goo jar voice. The pain is unbearable. Ooh, I don't like that one. That was a bad cough. What the rats do with their jaws? Where they go. They do that. No, it doesn't. But it's also a puppet. It's not an animal. It doesn't, these things aren't involved. It's an object. It's moving around and being cute, but in the end, it only has life when I will it to have life. Yep. It's okay. It's a good existence. Let's be real. To be a puppet is a pretty good existence, because you just get to be like active and have a good time, and then when they're done with you, no boring times. You just get popped off and you go to bed. What a wonderful existence.
returned.
Yeah,
having
that
fun?
too, Stick Boy.
Are they having fun? Look at that. Look at that. They're loving the Fauntent.
Yeah,
How amazing.
they're loving the
the
rat
Fauntent?
tent. Oh,
Whoa.
it made a big noise.
Did it make a big noise? Oh, oops, sorry about that.
Ding gong.
It's alright, let me on.
All right.
Alright, let me will you refill my soda?
everyone. Yeah, I'll refill the soda.
Yay! I hope you enjoyed this segment of Fawn putting its hand up a rat puppet. You thought I was gonna say something else, didn't you? Ho, 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 ho. Yeah, I did like your tweet. I opened my phone while I was in the bathroom and I was like, oh, funny tweet. Hee. Yeah, we'll do more Fawn segments as time goes on. Don't you worry. All right, everybody. So we're supposed to talk about something else here. Hey, Vermin, great to see you. Hey. So, Fawn is better than the bathroom song, and the bathroom song is epic. Yeah, we were gonna talk about fucking JK Rowling a little bit. Guys, the JK Rowling things suck. Okay? So I figured I would let you in. Let's start the JK Rowling segment with something a little bit fun. Oh, all right. That sounds... Hey, listen, you know what? We're all having normal... It's the holidays, Vermin. Don't worry. Okay? Nothing is ever new, but I want to start with something fun, okay? Which is, first, before we even talk about JK Rowling, let's talk about her accomplishments. Okay, everybody? Please? Can we take a minute to recognize the one of the world's only woman billionaires? She did a book, okay? But I want to pay specific tribute, okay, to the incredible writing of JK Rowling, okay? So we're going to start with some Harry Potter trivia, okay? So let's start with the first one, okay, everybody? Harry Potter trivia. Did you know, canonically, that until like the modern times, wizards would literally shit their pants and use magic to teleport it away? Isn't that amazing? That's actually, yes, that's actually true. So originally the wizards would just piss and shit themselves and they would use magic to just make it disappear, which to me seems very concerning, knowing other things about the universe. But I do find it funny. I do find the idea that wizards were just like hanging around, like shopping for dragon's eggs and magic potions, and like the Harry Potter universe is all like whimsical and fun. But then you realize that like 20 years before the fucking wizarding world of Harry Potter existed, all of the wizards were just milling around, just shitting themselves in public. Yeah, she loved retconning things in there. Yeah, why not make the shit disappear while it's still inside them? Why don't they just have a magical ring that they, like a magical anal plug that just automatically gets rid of all the poo? Yeah, using the fetus deletus. Because pooping feels great, but does pooping feel great when you're shitting in your pants? I don't think so. I don't think so. The spell name that I came up with like a year or two ago was called Deletus Me Poopus. Which is, I think that's a really good one personally. I think that's great. Actually, okay, no. Oh no. Okay, stop. I'm going to be taking a don't ask, don't tell, okay, approach. I'm not going to shame you, but if you mention enjoying pants shitting in my chat, then I'm going to take the don't ask, don't tell. Please keep that shit literally to yourself, okay? Okay? You're ruining everything right now. Okay? Second Harry Potter fact. Are you ready? Are you ready for the second Harry Potter fact? The second Harry Potter fact is that Dumbledore's brother went to Azkaban for fucking a goat. Not kidding you. Actually in the story. It's actually in the book. He used, they mention it in passing in, I can't remember which book. I think it's the 5th or 6th book. They talk about it. He used a love potion on a goat and went to Azkaban. It's not heavily implied. It's explicitly said. Was the goat fully sapient? I don't think so. Old Testament Harry Potter lore. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, oh yeah, and remember, we're going to get into that, okay? We're going to get into that, okay? So yeah, Aberforth Dumbledore, the forgotten brother of Dumbledore, of Albus Dumbledore, did indeed fuck a goat. Well, see, that's the thing. It doesn't make any sense, really, because, yeah, if it's an animagus, then there's other things. One of the main characters brags about using a love potion on her husband. Well, that could have been consent. Well, look, okay, there's a lot of things about that, okay? Remember, another fact. Harry Potter, the main villain in Harry Potter, is so uniquely evil because he is the product of rape. And that was deterministic. Like, unironically. Like, that was... It made him evil because... Yeah. Did anybody forget that? Yeah, he's the... yes, literally. So, like, the whole thing is that... what's her name? Voldemort's mom, who couldn't use magic well, stole a love potion, a powerful love potion, used it on a local lord that she was in love with, and then fucked him and got pregnant with Voldemort, and Voldemort turned out evil because it wasn't true love, and they fucked under the effect of a spell, and so he became Hitler. Nice. Are you guys ready for fact number 4? Are you all ready for fact number 4 of the Harry Potter universe? Here we go. We're moving on to fact number... JK Rowling fact number 4. Okay? Oh, perfect timing. Fact number 4, everybody, of the Harry Potter universe is... what was the one that I was going to say here? Oh, yeah. Did you know there was a Jewish wizard?
Oh, God.
Did you guys know that? There is canonically a Jewish wizard at Hogwarts. I'm sure most people know this one. His name is Anthony Goldstein. Okay? And he's a Ravenclaw. Yep. Oh, yeah, there's the snake. Yeah, there's the breastfeeding on the snake. Okay, but that's just hot, okay? Snake breastfeeding is just hot, okay? Listen, sorry, that's just sick. I'm sorry, that's just hot. You're just wrong. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready for the next Harry Potter fact? Are you guys ready for the next Harry Potter fact? Albus Dumbledore used to be a Nazi. Did you know that? Unironically, in the text, Albus Dumbledore was a Nazi. Yes. Yes, he was. Yes, he was literally a Nazi. And him and Grindelwald ended up having a falling out because Albus Dumbledore had second thoughts about wizard supremacy. He literally let the Holocaust happen. Yes, he literally did. Like Nazi, yes. Unironically. I'm not kidding you. Listen, I read the shit out of these fucking books, okay? Okay? And are you prepared for the last fun fact? No, not the last one. I have a few more. Are you guys ready for another fun Harry Potter world fact? Here's another fun Harry Potter world fact. Did you know that I read all the books and remember none of this, but I trust Eva Mom, so I'm vouching everything she's saying is true. Everything I'm saying is true, or at least most of them are. Did you know that in Harry Potter, if you are trans, you will not be able to go to your dorm room? Did you know that? Fun fact. You want to know why that's the case? Because the dorm rooms are sex coded and you cannot walk into the hall if you do not, if you have a sex other than the designated sex of the dorm room. Yeah. And it's stated multiple times that there's basically no way around that. Because all of the kids at Hogwarts have to fuck in the halls. Oh yeah, sorry, it's only the girls' dorm that's that way. Yeah.
No, they don't fucking Hogwarts, no.
No, they do. They literally do. Penised individuals can't? Yeah, it's a chromosome detector? Well, that's the question. Yeah, do you think they do a dong check? I don't know for sure. Thank you, Eurus McProl. Thank you so much.
I can get through both doors.
Now, here's a good question. Now, things get very weird when you start getting into the anamorph maguses, when you get into the animaguses, the polymorph maguses, and the polyjuice potion. Yeah, you have to do a cock check when you go in. But here's the real funny thing. Do you think they had that, do you think they had the infrastructure for that for the bathrooms? Seeing as how previously they were just shitting and pissing themselves and then teleporting it away? What happens if your wand breaks, like, right after you shitted yourself? Do you just have to, like, ask somebody, hey, can you teleport my poo away? Do you think baby wizards just had to be like, Mom, I pooped, teleport my poop away? I'm so sorry. Give me some of this. I don't have enough mental fortitude for this.
This is why we don't put magic in modern settings. Because this happens. Remove us me poopum.
Delete us me poopum. Could you polyjuice into the fungus with 20,000 sexes and explode the PB detector? Okay, here's the real thing. Hey, we got another brownout. Can you lend me some juice? Do you think that, like, wizard department stores are just like, sorry, we got a brownout on aisle 5. Can somebody with a functioning wand come over to aisle 5? We've got a bit of a cleanup necessary. We need this is a code brown. Oh yeah, that's the next fact. Thank you, Infernatrix. You reminded me of another fact. Okay, let's not get hung up on the deleting the poop, okay? Okay? The next one, did you know that literally JK Rowling owned up to the fact that werewolves in her universe were supposed to be a allegory for the AIDS virus? You know, for HIV and AIDS? She said werewolves were that. Now, keep in mind, there were two prominent characters. Yes, unironically. Yes, she talked about this on multiple occasions. You can go look it up. Yes, it is. Now, hold on a second. Let me just explain. You might be like, okay, that's pretty gauche, but it gets worse, okay? I want you to recall who the two most prominent werewolves are in the series, okay? One werewolf, is secretly given a potion to hide the fact that he's a werewolf. Yep, Lupin and Fenrir Greyback. Okay, so Lupin is the good werewolf who keeps his werewolfness under control by taking a medication, okay, that makes it so he doesn't turn into a werewolf because he takes his medication on time, except for when he doesn't, and then he becomes a dangerous person to all the people nearby. And remember that the reason he's allowed to work with children is not because he's not dangerous to children, but because he's taking a pill that makes it so he's not dangerous to children. Okay?
Great.
Now, if you're not convinced by that, let's talk about the other character, Fenrir Greyback. Okay? Fenrir Greyback the evil werewolf, was the leader of a faction of werewolves who intentionally sought out children to bite and turn into werewolves. That is his story, is that he goes and intentionally goes into wolf mode near children, and then they bring them into their wild werewolf coven in the middle of the woods. His thing is explicitly stated that he bites children, infects them, and then brings them into his little coven. So, and those are explicitly supposed to be an allegory for AIDS. So the good person with AIDS takes a pill to completely suppress themselves so they can appear normal at all times. And the bad one is a child rapist.
Very subtle.
Wow. All right, now let's look at some other things. You want to know another fun fact? So, here, let me have some of this. Real quick, I'm going to need a little breather. How's a fat cloud? Okay. Next thing. We got one more fact, okay? I don't remember what number of fact we're on, but let's get to the next fact, shall we? Okay? Here we go. Okay? The main prison, the prison that is the only prison, in fact, that is ever talked about in wizarding lore, because they don't put wizards in prison unless because they can just leave because they're wizards. But the wizard prison is a isolated torture prison full of literally evil beings that were they are so powerful that the wizarding world had to make an agreement with them that they would live and feast off of the souls of people imprisoned in there. So this is Azkaban, right? Azkaban is a torture prison maintained by the wizarding state. It is explicitly stated as one of the most torturous places on Earth, a place that literally makes, what's his name? Fuck, now I can't think of his name. The uncle. Sirius Black literally makes, Sirius Black so terrified. And guess what? They keep using it. It's just accepted as an acceptable part of the wizarding world. The only problem with Azkaban is framed in that the Dementors betray them. So if only they had better Dementors.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Sirius Black. Who's a cool character, by the way. I like him. He's cool. And then there's the chattel slavery. The chattel slavery about the elves. Do we even get into that? Where Hermione correctly acknowledges that the elves are kept in horrific slave conditions and they're literally beaten and abused constantly, even by the school that they go to. And guess what? It's literally played as a joke. Yeah, they play it off as a joke. They like it. Okay? Now listen. Is it sexual abuse to deny them clothing? I gotta say, okay? There's some pretty weird shit going on in this story. But Dobby fixed it? No, that didn't happen. They went back to it. They didn't end elf slavery at the end of the story. Go back and check. They never ended it. Harry Potter goes on to be an Auror, a magic cop, and they still have house elves. And they kill off Dobby. And should I mention the goblins? Listen, I think other people have already talked about the goblin problem, okay? Yeah. Yikes. It's pretty cringe. The goblins are all they are crook-nosed, sneaky, untrustworthy, gold-obsessed bankers. They run all of the banks, all of the major banks in the world. Despite being abused by wizard society in the past, they now control an undue amount of power, and the only major goblin character is a duplicitous liar who betrays the team. Did I mention that they're constantly, I think, wait a minute, isn't one of them literally, isn't his name like Grip Hook or something? And literally all they talk about in the books, look up how many times they talk about their hooked nose. Constantly.
We get it, they're goblins.
Yeah, there is. In the film, there's literally, I know in the film, but you can't really I know. Short, greedy, hook nose, sharp tooth. Yeah, it's bad. Okay? It's bad. It's so bad. Okay? Wait, was there a dono? I can't see. Ace, thank you so much. Your fave is a trust fund jock who married his high school sweetheart and became a cop. Yeah, like, oh my God, there's so much shit in this story that just never goes, that's never explored or explained. Oh my fucking God. Holy shit, is it bad? Thank you very, very much for the dono there. I'm sorry. My brain is on JK Rowling at the moment, and there was a bunch of shit that clouded the chat. Thank you very, very much for that, Acelaces. Thank you so much. Oh, and of course, I mean, and the only commentary you get is about the Muggles, the pureblood thing, right? That's the main thing that you get. There's commentary on. But that commentary even is super weak. The thing that was good, okay, the stuff that was good in Harry Potter was always like the flavor and the descriptions of the environments and the sort of setting. And I think there was like compelling character writing. I think that JK Rowling is particularly good at writing like realistic characters. Oh, right. I completely forgot. Thank you, Devious Chilster. The only major Asian character is like a shy, small, demure, and also early on, like kind of portrayed as very dishonest and untrustworthy. And her name is Cho Chang. I mean, that's basically right up there with Andrew Goldstein. That's unironically true, though. They call her the human hosepipe because of her crying over her boyfriend dying. Oh my God. Oh God, don't even get me. No, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious about all this. Look, there's just a lot, okay? There's just a lot, all right? There really is a lot going on here, okay? And none of it ever really gets resolved. The only thing that gets resolved is the bad guy gets defeated and the good guy gets put into power. It literally is, there's no meaningful change. They defeat the bad guy and everything in the universe stays essentially the same, just with good guys and no more bad guys. It's a very, very weird, there's a lot of weird shit in this story. And to be fair, I loved Harry Potter. I mean, obviously the fact we're even talking about it right now, is, you know, kind of proof that they were, you know, impactful and whatever. Yeah, it is kind of weird, Nuts. Yeah, that is a little bit weird. It has well, okay, there's a couple of things. It is incredibly liberal. Painfully liberal. Painfully. I mean, the meme is literally that, like, liberals can't even, like, do an analogy without making an analogy to Harry Potter, which is very true. But like, they're not, the Harry Potter book, the point here is not to say that the Harry Potter books are bad. I don't think they're bad. I actually think they're quite enjoyable to read. I loved the Harry Potter books. I've read them many, many times, and I find, you know, it's always a drag because there's certain aspects I really like about it. But they're fucking stupid. Their politics is so fucking stupid. The signs were there, red flags. There were and weren't, because remember, some of these got, like, added in over time. I mean, you could absolutely say certain signs were there, but a lot of it was just that, like, you know, JK Rowling was writing a series that wasn't particularly critical of anything. It was a fun, whimsical, bad guys, good guys thing. You know, there wasn't really any meaningful political commentary. And so as a result, her work reflects the passive biases. You know, yeah, you can have magically sex segregated rooms. You can have wizard phrenology. You can have torture prisons that are perfectly fine. You know, all these things are just never commented on. And it's because of, you know, the Harry Potter series, it benefits from this apoliticism where it doesn't really say anything meaningful, and so it just plays on these biases, and some of those biases have aged very poorly, like the fact that, like, there's, to my knowledge, like no explicitly gay characters. Even Albus Dumbledore, who's the famous gay character that everybody freaked out about, it is pretty easy to miss that on your first read through. It is. It simply is. If you don't pick up on the subtext of the letter, and not that they're just, like, friends, because it is written that way. Yeah. Also, it's extremely funny to me. Because, yeah, conservatives were literally, I remember when my church fucking, was preaching against Harry Potter, and now all the conservatives are lining up to defend JK Rowling when these books were coming out, the conservatives were ready to burn her at the fucking stake, unironically. I remember book burnings in America, book burnings of Harry Potter books, literally. But this is why conservatives don't give a shit about anything. They're completely, conservatives have no consistency in that way because they don't believe they have to have consistency in that way. They can utilize any ally they want against the left, quote unquote. So that's all the fun preamble stuff so that you know who the fuck JK Rowling is, but you know who JK Rowling is. I just wanted to have an excuse to share ridiculous facts about the Harry Potter universe before talking about the ridiculous creator of the Harry Potter universe. Because JK Rowling, here's a big shocker, is a giant piece of shit. Like, unironically, I fucking can't stand JK Rowling. JK Rowling vomits out putrid transphobic garbage every single day for the fucking last 7 years of my goddamn life, and I never want to hear from her stupid face again. Her bitchy ass whiny voice, and yeah, oh, you don't like being called that? Well, fuck you. Because let's take a look at what you just said on your timeline, JK Rowling. I don't think I owe you the time of day to be polite to you. Oh, I'm sorry. Do we want to get this here? Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Sick. Let's just take a look at what we're looking at today. JK Rowling. War is peace. Freedom is slavery. Ignorance is strength. The penest individual who raped you is a woman. And then she links an article which goes to an editorial. Yeah, what the fuck? An editorial where the person who's writing about it is saying that police will respect gender identity in arrests. So, a general statement about Scottish police respecting gender identity during arrests becomes, oh, well, that means rapists will be identified as a woman, and then that becomes this. Do you see how ridiculous this is? Do you see how many, first of all, like, this is what we call fucking laundering, right? We see this all the time from the right. They turn something general into something horrifically specific, and then they lie about it a whole bunch along the way. Guys, you guys remember a couple of months ago when all the conservatives were freaking out about that Canadian trans person whose dad got, like, censured? Does anybody remember that? And then it turned out that the dad had literally had multiple restraining orders out against him. The dad had multiple restraining orders out because he literally doxed the doctor of the kid, and that their kid's mother was in, like, stark disagreement with him, and he'd been stalking the kid, the doctor, and the wife, and the mother. And then conservatives were just like, this man is going to prison because he used the wrong pronouns. And it turns out that's literally not even close. Yeah, they just lie. They just lie. Anytime a conservative tweets anything, you should never trust them. Ever. Even if they're telling the truth, they're not worth trusting. Do you understand that, right? A distrustful person can sometimes tell the truth, but you shouldn't trust them because they constantly lie. This is how all conservatives should be treated, including JK Rowling, including all these motherfuckers. It's not even a matter of having to assume anything. They have verifiably lied. The fever pitch moral panic bullshit around trans people is nothing short of what it is. A hateful propaganda campaign, and every single fucking person involved in it knows exactly what it is, okay? JK Rowling knows exactly what the fuck she's doing. Don't fall for her going, oh, I didn't know. You retweeted an article that is an editorial stretching a single fucking police department's policy. You knew what you were fucking doing. And look at the words that are chosen. These people do not deserve your fucking respect. Your time, your charitability. They don't deserve any of it. None of it. Remember when last week fucking JK Rowling was fucking cry bullying on Twitter? Do you guys remember when she was like, "Oh no, my publicly listed available house address got doxxed. I was doxxed by the transes. Oh, the transes doxed me. My castle. Oh, what are my guards going to? My guards are going to have to release the burning logs. Oh no, they're going to step into my pitch pits. Oh, my murder holes. Literal cry bully, just going, and then the next fucking week, this person goes and puts out a very obvious moral panic, anti-trans bullshit tweet that gets fucking an unfathomable amount of attention. And this is all justified because the transes did something wrong, because vague accusations at trans people being bad. Oh, and she fucking literally gave out private information of people without giant platforms. Guys, I fucking hate JK Rowling. Like, I can think of almost no single public figure who has been more obnoxiously anti-trans than JK Rowling. Because even Glinner, who's definitely worse on an individual level than JK Rowling, doesn't even have close to the enormous, endless platform that JK Rowling has. And JK Rowling uses it to make life bad for trans people. JK Rowling has nothing better to do than make life worse for a group of people who represent about 1% of the population who have never harmed her. And she does so by making shit up about them. By making up shit that gets those people killed. Fuck J.K. Rowling. Fuck Harry Potter. Fuck Albus Dumbledore. Fuck Voldemort. Fuck Ravenclaw. Fuck Gryffindor. Fuck Hagrid. Fuck, what's the fucking Buckbeak? Fuck Cedric Diggory. Fuck all of them. Fuck them all. Fuck Dobby, the little moron elf. Fuck Hermione. She was a shitty character anyway. And guess what? Even though you all had a crush on her, it was just because you were being pandered to. Fuck Ron Weasley. Fuck the entire Ron Weasley family. Fuck Ron Weasley's stupid idiot dad who isn't quirky or fun. Fuck Sirius Black. Fuck all of you. There you go. Fuck them all. Every last one of them, garbage. Hey, guess what, everybody? You sad? Oh, are you sad? Are you going to miss your fantasy? Guess what? Go read Dune. Guess what? Go read Lord of the Rings. You could have 100 times more fun with a universe that's 20 times better. Fuck Harry Potter. Fuck all of J.K. Rowling's garbage. Fuck everything. I hope she loses every single dollar she has and spends the rest of her life having to eat fucking coffee-soaked napkins, as she deserves. I hope she joins fucking Margaret Thatcher when her time is right, okay? After a lifetime of having to suck butter out of dirty paper towels. Whew. New public toilet, yeah. Listen, I hope that all of the wizards teleport all of their dumps that they take in their pants through time and space directly into the mind of J.K. Rowling, okay? That's what I'm wishing for here, okay? I wish that she would fucking polymorph herself into somebody who can shut the fuck up. Holy fuck, do I never want to hear from this fucking bitch or any of her stupid shit. Oh, and if you think that's rude or sexist or whatever, you can go fuck yourself. You can suck my fucking cock. Hey. Oh, and what's next? What are you going to say? Ooh, what are you going to do? You going to make a 41% meme? Oh, you going to say I sound like a man? Guess what? Fuck you. I don't actually care at all. Not even a little bit. I just want you to stop talking. Please, for the love of God. Fucking house elf motherfucking idiots. Jerking yourselves off over a fucking $50 piece of plastic that looks like fucking Dumbledore's wrinkly ball sack. Fucking, oh, Snape. Oh, he's so greasy. I love him. He's such a, oh, all the characters. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you and all your stupid shit. Fuck Quidditch. Fuck Bertie Bott's flavored beans. Fuck it all. I truly, truly hope. I truly, truly hope that people... I hope that 10 years from now, when you say Harry Potter, the only reaction is that emote right there. The fucking cringe right there. I want that emote to be everyone's reaction when you hear the word Harry Potter. Do you guys remember something? Do you guys remember like liking something when you were a kid and then when you get older, you like really regret ever liking that? Like, I'm trying to think of something. Like what about really, really bad, like, Flash animations? Like, tons of people liked Flash animations that had, like, slurs and, like, homophobic jokes and all this shit. And then you think back on it later, you're like, wow, I was a fucking idiot. I can't even, oof. It wasn't even funny, you know? Yeah, Oni NG is an example. Yeah. Jib Jab. Yeah. I hope that Harry Potter is one of those things. Yeah, YTMND, I know you guys are there. And listen, it's not just white people either. It's not just the white people either. Listen, I know there's a lot of... Listen, let me just say, there's a lot of anti-Semitic creators out there. Not all of them are white. So I don't know about you, but I know I'm going to make it my personal side quest to make everyone cringe about Harry Potter every time. So whenever I talk about Harry Potter, I'm going to bring up the obvious anti-Semitism. I'm going to bring up Andrew Goldstein. I'm going to bring up the gender choppers that chop you up if you try to go into the girls' dormitory, but you have a chromosomal issue. I'm going to bring up the doo-doo teleporting. I'm going to bring up the rape. I'm going to bring up the bestiality. You know? Thank you, Rowan. Thank you very much. A fascist? Yeah, she is a fascist. She's a fucking... I unironically think that JK Rowling is the type of person who would become a fascist. So there's this really interesting thing. You know, people argued that being a fascist has a lot less to do with politics and has a lot more to do with personality. I think it's called... What's it called? What's it called? There's a piece on this. Hold on. It was... Hold on. The Authoritarian Personality by Adorno. By T.W. Adorno, Brunswick, Levinston, and Stanford. It's a book that was written some time ago. It's very, very highly praised. It's called The Authoritarian Personality. And it was an argument that said that basically the politics don't matter if someone's personality is authoritarian in the way that they approach the world. And I think that's true about Joanne. I think that's true about our pooping wizard friend here. I think that the way that she views the world is fascistic in nature. She believes it's okay to lie about people as long as she finds them personally disgusting. There is no rational reason for Joanne to be so obsessed with trans people, specifically trans women. There is no rational reason to be that obsessed. She has no stake in the game. She has just chosen this because they are something that personally disgusts her, and she lies in the process of trying to make life worse for those people. I think that's a pretty emblematic type of person who would easily go along with fascism, especially if you use some context clues from the art that she creates, which basically is okay with accepting a status quo of slavery and torture so long as it's normalized, so long as it's done through the proper democratic methods. Well, like, yeah, the house elves are enslaved, but we voted on it, so it's okay. Thank you, Mellow Anarchist. Appreciate the tier 1 sub. Appreciate that a lot. Damn. Imagine spending your entire life living in a castle and you choose to try and target and make life worse for trans people by constantly sharing bullshit propaganda about them. Yep. Fascists are brutal with people and kind to the institutions. Yes, they are, because the institutions help them maintain their sense of order. You notice that? You notice fascists and liberals too bang on about order, but the order they want is always their order, their version of order. Have you noticed that? Libs do this all the time. Well, we need to have order. Even if you point out the fact that the current order might be very harmful to some people, they go, yeah, but we have to have order. Order is important. This is something I've encountered with directly in many of my own debates with liberals. And you know what? Fascists and liberals get along in that way. They put order above everything else, but the order conveniently, in their minds, goes to their favor. But see, when fascists get involved, of course the fascists aren't going to let it become a liberal order. They're going to make it a fascist order. The liberals, they just think they're so self-confident in their worldview that they're willing to look the other way in the face of horrific things as long as it preserves order. Fuck JK Rowling. Yeah. I hope somebody clips that because I was pretty proud of that little rant. But it's genuine. I fucking can't stand JK Rowling. Fuck. Did house elves vote on their own slavery, or was there a magical 3/5 compromise that happened? No, they don't have rights. Elves don't have rights. In the Harry Potter universe, elves aren't considered people. Literally, it's explicitly stated. They're like, oh, it's just elves. You can beat your, it's established that you can legally beat your elf in public. It's frowned upon, but you can legally do it. The Malfoys beat Dobby in public, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Libertarian wizards.
Can you IP ban that person? Thank you. Never mind, they got it. You can't beat your elf in public unless you got everyone else's consent. That's not true, actually. It doesn't matter. Android comment doesn't matter. If you're here and you're enjoying the fun, if you're enjoying learning wizarding facts from the wizarding world of Harry Potter, please press the like button on my YouTube video. There are 361 of you watching. We're trying to get as many likes on the videos because we're trying to grow the channel, which is sick. And I haven't done this much lately, but remember, I have a Patreon and you can support me through my website. Supporting me via at demonmama.com/donate or subscribe is the only way this show keeps going. I live in Seattle, which is kind of expensive. It's winter, which is also expensive. And this show is 100% funded by me. I don't have any sponsors whatsoever. So you all are the ones who make this possible with your incredibly generous donations. My show will always be free. That's a promise. I will always bring my show to you free because money will never be an issue for you getting entertained. However, if you've got the money, I would deeply appreciate you tossing some my way. So, appreciate that. Thank you so much. So there's the little pitch. Hold on. Oh, something's going on here. Excuse me? Oh, that's weird. Sorry about that, everybody. Yes, we were about to do that. That's the next thing we were about to do, Demon Lord Zadoki. The next thing we're going to talk about... Actually, that's not the next thing we're going to do. We're going to do that after. The next thing we're going to talk about is Joe Biden. And then we're going to talk about the Roblox follow-up. We might even rewatch the original Roblox video just so that we can catch everybody up. So maybe we should do... You know what? Let's do the Roblox next. We'll do Joe Biden last. Let's do Roblox next. Okay? Yeah, let's do the Roblox next, and then we'll do Joe Biden. Okay, we're going to definitely rewatch the video. So, I have a Patreon. I do have one, Natalie Marie. Here's the Patreon. I've only started plugging it recently. Oh, thank you, Jazz Dog. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do this. Hold on. I'll explain. Okay? So there are 353 of you watching on YouTube right now. Don't know how many on Twitch, but very happy to have you. All of you who are here. Harai, thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you so much for that. Sorry I missed that one earlier. Ross Publica, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. We are about to talk about something pretty wild. okay? Okay. A couple of weeks ago, I watched a video with my chat that's called it's called something along the lines of child slavery in Roblox, okay? Are children being exploited in Roblox? Something along those lines. The truth is, basically, yes. And this has been going on for a very, very, very long time. Oh, see you later, Marinara. Thanks for coming by. So great to see you. We watched it together, but I think that we should watch it again. I think we have enough people here. Yeah, the original video is how Roblox is exploiting young game developers. Okay? So we got a lot of people here, and this is a really, really fascinating subject. There is a new video that was just posted, an update, and it gets worse. If you can imagine it, it gets worse. So I think what we'll do is, because both videos are quite short, we'll rewatch the first one together so that everybody can be on the same page, and then we'll watch the second one, because it is something that we've talked about on this channel a lot. For those of you who are newer to my channel, I talk about like gig economy, I talk about alt work, poly work, all of these new terms that I talk about work in general a lot. I know, what a surprise, a lefty who talks about and criticizes work, a anarcho-leaning lefty who talks about work a lot. Yeah, I have a lot of criticisms of work. We talk about work a lot. Don't be a work cuck, for example. In this case, we're going to be talking about a particularly exploitative type of work. And this type of work is becoming more and more popular and common. And that should concern you. And you'll see why in just a second. Babylon the Great, thank you so very much for the incredibly, incredibly generous $20. Chunk of money from all the gigs I've been working, so I want to spread the non-parasocial love. My deepest thanks for all the work you do. Absolutely, thank you so much. Boom. That's a weird thing to say, Catalina. Let's get into this. Okay? Listen. Let's jump right the fuck into this. Roblox exploits. Here we go. I am excited to watch this with you all again. All right?
This story.
Investigation by People Make Games. Okay? Here we go. Here's the channel. Investigation, how Roblox is exploiting young developers by People Make Games. As you can see, their channel is doing quite well. I personally very much like their work. And here we go. Let's jump right in.
Began when I learned 3 stunning things about Roblox. If you don't know much about Roblox, today it is the most popular video game in the US and Europe, played by 200 million, mostly young people every month. Roblox is more of a creative
Hey, thank you so much,
platform
lot of
than a
apples.
game, though. It's a downloadable portal to a staggering quantity of multiplayer games of all different genres that are all just a little bit floaty and janky. That's because anybody can download Roblox and use its free tools and free hosting to start making and monetizing games. And an astonishing number of people have done just that. Where today Steam hosts almost 55,000 games, Roblox hosts more than 20 million experiences. Which is what Roblox calls games because, legally speaking, it can't admit to selling games within Apple's App Store, as that would make it a game shop within a game shop. So, those 3 things I learned that made me do the
Okay, so some things, one of the things that a lot of you are going to experience as we watch these videos is being incredibly shocked at how many people and how much money is involved in this. But let me tell you, that's just because you're probably too old. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean. Roblox is fucking huge. Kids love Roblox. Every fucking kid with a computer plays the shit out of Roblox. Seriously. It is huge. It is just massive, okay? So just when you start to get these numbers, just recognize it's giant, okay? It's fucking huge.
internet equivalent of a double take. 1. All of Roblox's developers do earn a cut of the revenue of everything they create, but that cut is shockingly small. To put it in perspective, Steam catches heat from game developers for taking 30% of every sale, while Epic and Microsoft's PC store take just 12%. Roblox claims that developers receive around 24.5% of any sale, although as we'll soon see, in reality they get even less.
Okay, notice that, okay? You make a game, you make a little micro game on Steam, you get 30%. You make a game or an indie game on Epic or Microsoft Store, sorry. You get 70% on Steam. You get, 88% on Epic and Microsoft. They get 75% on Roblox. And of course, as we know, it gets worse, okay? So let's continue.
The second
Just so
thing I
you
saw,
understand what's there.
When Roblox went public on the stock market this year, it was valued at a staggering $41 billion. A value
41
somewhere between
billion.
Nintendo and Electronic Arts. Roblox is now worth 7 Ubisofts. And 3, in the words of Roblox's own Vice President of Marketing, Tammy Barmek, from the very beginning, it was about having kids develop games for other kids. These kids are not just hobbyists, they're doing real work that is driving the value of one of the biggest video game publishers in history. But with a cut that's just 1/3 of the industry standard and nobody looking out for their health, we had to ask, is the next generation of video game developers being exploited before they've even finished secondary school?
Yes.
But before we look at how Roblox treats its workers, first we have to look at how Roblox turns its young users into workers in the first place. So, the good thing about Roblox, as I've said, is that the tools are free, the hosting's free. The tools actually let you skip with the traditional learning curve associated with 3D modeling, and Roblox even handles moderation of your players for you. But people just using these free tools to get creative doesn't make Roblox any money. In fact, it loses the money because servers are expensive, which is why the moment that Roblox's core player base of 9 to 15-year-olds start playing, they are submerged in this idea that they could be an entrepreneur. After all, it's impossible to play Roblox without making other Roblox users richer because you're buying passes for their experiences. You're buying their cosmetics. But we're just getting started.
It's all
The
user-made.
tabs at the top of Roblox.com are basically find games, find cosmetics, and start making stuff yourself. But if kids click on that, they see make anything, reach millions of players, and earn serious cash. Creators like you, it says, are being paid for what they love to do. If you go to Roblox's YouTube channel, the first videos you see are about successful game developers. In general, Roblox's PR department loves shining a light on the game's younger success stories. The official Roblox tutorials and the game's support website both assume you want help with monetization, and if you go to education.roblox.com, which contains lesson plans for educators, one of the lessons is how to earn money in Roblox. Or, in the words of one 11-year-old I interviewed,
I saw other big games, I saw other developers getting money in a way that looked easy.
11.
so are any of these kids really earning serious cash? Well, where the average indie game on Steam makes several $1,000s, the vast majority of experiences on Roblox earn their creators $0. Now, to understand why that is, we need to take a closer look at the Roblox marketplace, because it took me weeks to get my head around this. I'll let you decide for yourself what chance you think kids have of understanding it. So, making a game in Roblox is easy. It's when you want other people to play it to reach those millions of players that Roblox promised that your journey will start heading uphill. If you want to figure out what to play on Roblox, it only shows you the 1,000 or so games out of its 20 million that have the most players right now. There are no discoverability tools that let you see the newest games or to help new designers. The up and coming section still shows you games with thousands of players. So if you're a kid trying to make games for Roblox, you have 2 choices at this point. You can hustle and try and get your game in front of streamers or YouTubers, or you can pay Roblox to advertise it. But to buy...
Starting to sound a little familiar, isn't it? Starting to sound a little familiar, isn't it? Hey, you know what YouTubers have to do too? Same shit. Gotta pay. Gotta pay up to get your YouTube video recommended. Gotta pay for those ads. You know, if you want to make money, you gotta pay into the site. Yeah, it's weird.
Anything in Roblox, you first have to convert your real money to the company's virtual currency, Robux. Developers on Roblox bid with Robux for ad slots in an auction, a system that is discussed by developers in forum threads as a gamble. Developers hoping that with the right game and the right ad, they'll grab enough players that their game ends up surfacing in the churning froth of the Roblox marketplace. So the first thing Roblox tells its young developers is make anything, reach millions of players, earn serious cash. And then the next thing it says is, oh, well, I mean, if you actually want people to play your game, I guess you could give us money. But as duplicitous as it sounds, we know this works because Roblox has 20 million experiences made by its mostly young audience, even though when I spoke to professional Roblox developers, they told me that kids should not expect to make money on the platform.
Yeah, I don't think it's really possible for young developers to succeed on the platform anymore. It's really hard to get into those top 200 games.
Sometimes I think of making Roblox games as trying to make a viral TikTok or a viral meme. It's really tricky. There's pretty much only one big market to shoot for on Roblox right now, and that's kids. If you don't hit that demographic just right, and if you don't get your gameplay loop just right, you fail.
Later in this video, we're going to get to why it benefits Roblox Corporation to have hundreds of thousands of developers making games for the platform ignorant of the fact that the odds are stacked against them. But first, let's go back to that question of why it's so hard to make money on the Roblox marketplace, because we're not done. Let's imagine you actually made a game that beats the odds and becomes a small hit, and now your game has thousands of players who are making inexperienced purchases with Robux. Roblox takes a 30% cut of every transaction on their platform, and then you actually get paid the rest in Robux, which of course isn't real money. You can only spend it in Roblox. You want to get paid. You want to withdraw that money as actual cash. Now, here's the bit that I think is just super shady. If any Roblox user wants to take Robux back out of their account and put it in their bank account as actual currency, the minimum withdrawal amount is 100,000 Robux, valued at around 1,000 US dollars. If you make $900 worth of Robux selling stuff you've made, your real life paycheck will be $0. Oh,
Zero.
And also, you can't withdraw.
So you have to pay in order to have any shot, but you can only get paid in Robux, and that Robux can only become actual money for you. The whole time your game that you paid money to make is making money for the Roblox company, but you can only make money off of it in real money if you get $1,000 worth. Otherwise, they keep it all. We did watch this one before. We're rewatching so that everybody's on the same page because there's an update. There's an update. I know. Just in case, I'm excited. I haven't seen the update yet, so.
Anything unless you're first paying for a Roblox monthly premium subscription. Now, let me make this part abundantly clear. This is a choice that Roblox Corporation has made. Entropia Universe, the world's only cash-based MMO that we did a video on last year, has a minimum withdrawal amount of 100 US dollars. In Second Life, it's just 10 US dollars. In making the minimum withdrawal amount so high, Roblox is just increasing the chances that you won't hit that cap, and so we'll just plow the money back into Roblox.
Yep.
Whether that's buying games or cosmetics or saving up to advertise your next game. Lots of Roblox developers even use their Robux to pay other Roblox developers to work on their game. And if they're not smart about how they pay these developers, Roblox will take a cut of that paycheck too. But for now, let's just imagine that you make your game and it's a hit, and you do make it to 100,000 Robux, so you're allowed to withdraw it, finally, to your real-life bank account. You see, Roblox buys Robux from users at a very different rate that it sells them. So withdrawing 100,000 Robux doesn't get you 1,000 US dollars, it gets you $350. Think about it. If your assets in Roblox become substantially devalued only at the moment you take them out of the platform, why not keep them on the platform in case you need them one day? And so, tons of Robux don't ever make it off the platform. Instead, they just go round and round with Roblox taking cut after cut. And so, while on paper, Roblox developers get that 24.5% of a game's sales, in reality, it's even lower. If we look at Roblox's published records, we can read that for every $1 Roblox earns in bookings, only 17 cents make it back out of the ecosystem to developers. Or
that, again, that is absurd. They pay 17 cents out for every $1 they pull in for a game that is entirely made by developers. Absolutely fucked.
At least that's our best guess as to what developers are getting. The platform is actually so opaque that even full-time professional devs who've been doing this for years do not know what fraction of the pie they're taking home.
Like, you just have to roughly estimate it based off of like those exchange rates, and that's all you get.
And by the way, the lack of regulation in today's tech sector is seeing a lot of historically illegal practices coming back again with a new lick of paint. Roblox paying people in Robux is very, very similar to historical mining and logging camps in the United States paying people in company scrip. Scrip was currency invented and manufactured by these companies that could only be used to buy things within the company's camp. For example, in the stores that they would build. The mining camps like paying people in script for the same reasons that Roblox does. One, it means workers spend their money at the company, which makes the company richer. Two, workers become more afraid of breaking company rules because companies can take away their ability to spend script, essentially confiscating their paycheck. And three, script makes it harder for workers to quit their jobs because the moment they do, they get poorer. Unbelievably, these camps would have booths where you could exchange your script for US dollars, but the exchange rate hurt the worker, just like Roblox. Script so messes with workers' ability to make money that it was banned in the United States in 1938. And until
only in 1938.
we legislate script again in the digital age, Roblox is going to keep paying developers with pretend money. Now, when the question of whether Roblox is treating its designers fairly comes up, and it does come up, you can find long threads on the official forums with older developers banding together to ask or really beg for a more fair profit share, you always see the same two things. You'll see Roblox posting a super corporate and disinterested response that sort of ends the discussion without having it, but you'll also see people saying that devs asking for more money is silly. Because Roblox has never been a profitable company.
Never been
it loses
profitable.
Money every single
Just like
year.
Amazon,
so
everybody.
There's no more money to give out. That is bollocks. But don't take my word for it. Take the word of the market analysts who have decided that as a money-making machine, Roblox is worth somewhere around the value of 7 Ubisofts. The idea that this company has no more money to give out is a repulsive one. Roblox is just doing the same thing as companies like Spotify, Uber, and Airbnb. Something known as
I can give you the link. Hold on.
platform capitalism. All of these companies have business models based on unsustainable expansion, always moving into more countries, hiring more staff.
Not yet,
increasing
Ursula. We're
their
going to do that at some
expenses
point.
Until they control the entire market sector and all of its data, and can use this monopoly to make incredible money, as we saw with Facebook and Amazon. If Roblox wasn't losing money year after year, its investors could reasonably turn around and say, why not? And so, when Roblox's developers come cap in hand asking for more revenue, there's never any left, even though the platform has 200 million monthly users and the CEO is a billionaire. Because if Roblox were to give more money to developers, that's less money it could spend growing the platform and becoming a monopoly. We reached out to Roblox Corporation for an interview or comment on how they treat their young developers. They did not reply to us. Let's take a moment to put a human face on all of this. Was it harder than you expected to make Robux with your levels?
That is definitely a big yes.
This is Emil. Emil is 11, and he got his parents to send him to a special summer camp where he could learn to code for Roblox, and then he made a game all by himself. And the game flopped, and he ended up sounding like a disenchanted 30-year-old veteran in an 11-year-old's body.
Even though Roblox says to encourage you to actually make games, the likelihood of you making a successful game is basically zero. You always compete with the people that have lots of money, and like, it'd be a problem if I showed you something because I'm trying to...
No, please, show me whatever you like.
This is like a big game developer that has lots of success. Like,
Draw a
the
stream!
amount of people that they have means the bigger the success is. And that means that they get a giant spike. And even if the spike lowers, they still go back up, and it's just an infinite cycle of spikes that go up and down, up and down. But when you're a small game developer, you'll have that spike, you come all the way down, you stay down.
Were you tempted to spend Robux on advertising your game after you made it?
That I didn't even have Robux, but I wish I did, because then I could advertise it and maybe have a chance.
Emil's disappointment wasn't to do with whether Roblox's revenue split was fair. He hadn't really thought about that concept. He was just upset that Roblox only shows its users games.
This face, how could they do this to this little face? They don't know that he exists, and they don't care. This is one of the things I talk about all the time, about the era of data. I talk about this all the time. And one day, you guys will stop thinking I'm just a crazy lady in the woods, and you'll understand that what I'm saying is actually real. They don't care about you. They gather your data so that they can create a doll in the shape of you that's made out of your data, so they know what to sell to you. They don't care about you, the person. They care about the data shape around you. That's what it is. They don't care. In fact, they don't want to know, because that makes them feel bad. The humans who have to operate these big corporations, if they have to see your face, that makes them feel bad. All they want is the shape of you, so they know what type of products you buy, so they can drop those products in front of you, so you'll keep fucking buying. Painful Possum says, I'm in academia in a field adjacent to data science, and you're 100% correct in this take. Yes, we live in the era of data collection. Google's entire job is to make alienation so possible that they can automate it, that machines will decide to crush children for you. You never have to see the faces of the children that are being crushed, so that you can have whatever stupid bullshit you have right now. This is the type of stuff that makes people go, oh, you sound like an anarcho-primitivist. Yeah, in some ways I do, because this shit is disgusting. It's not fucking worth it. It's not fucking worth it to have Roblox if it means destroying children because you built a machine for destroying children without having to know that the children are being destroyed. It's fucked. And we should be willing to say this shit is fucked and disgusting, because it is disgusting. And this is hardly the only industry that does this type of shit. Uber, Amazon, Uber Eats, all of it is built off the same thing. Don't make anybody look. Just hide. You pay a little extra so you don't have to see the person suffering to bring you your shit. And we all do it. Guess what? Even the delivery people, even the kids in Roblox, guess what? Even the ones who've been exploited, we all do it because you're being boxed in. They're building that mold around you, you know? So that you'll just keep buying. They're building the hole. They're pushing you into the hole. It's not even just about wake up people. It's just, I mean, it is a little bit of a wake up people. It is a moment for people to go, oh my God, like there is so much manufactured consent. There is so much of this presumption of okayness. Yeah. It's definitely okay that all of our video games are becoming NFT, that they are, all video games already became gambling addiction machines, and now they're becoming NFT gambling machines. Yeah, it's Amigara fault. This is my hole. It was made for me. But this is exactly what he's talking about. This is exactly what's being displayed. They don't have to see the faces of the children whose lives they ruin because it's all done by a magical algorithm. They can close their eyes. They can close. Oh, shh, 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 shh. You don't have to see it. Little monkey emoji. Don't look. You'll feel bad. Feeling bad is so bad. You're harshing the vibes, man. You're being so negative. Power of positivity. The world. Oh no. You guys remember the fucking grocery store tweet? Did we talk about the grocery store tweet? This is grocery store tweet. We'll do that after. Let's continue this, okay? Holy shit. The grocery store tweet. All right, hold on. I got to show you the grocery store tweet. Hold on. I'm sorry. It's so bad. It's so bad. Here. Bastiat had an interesting one. Hold on. I have to roast this. It's too funny not to roast, okay? Sometimes I walk into the supermarket and I can't help but think about how modern civilization is an absolute marvel to behold. He's got a picture of like Whole Foods or something. Walmart, I don't know. Yeah, it looks like that looks like a Safeway maybe. Everything I want and plenty that I didn't know I wanted until I saw it. All at reasonable prices and good supply. The bountiful fruits of trade, commerce, and human progress. An ever-expanding abundance that will over the long arc of history bend towards ever greater heights. Ice cream for dogs! Among many common wonders of an age with no shortage of wonders to behold. And of course, you know, I had a little bit of fun with this. I was like, everything I want and plenty I didn't know I wanted until I saw it. All made with corn syrup by technically not slave labor and approximately 3 parent companies. Pepsi, Nabisco, Star Market. Come on, dude. This is so lame and ignorant I can't even believe you posted it. Ever-expanding abundance. This is literally, unironically, liberal religiosity. They unironically do not believe it's possible to have lack, despite the fact there are millions homeless and hungry in America right now. But, you know, abundance and growth forever, everyone. And look, I liked, there's a tweet here that was made. Of course, I was roasting it a bit. I was like, sometimes I walk into Burger King and can't help but think about how modern civilization is an absolute marvel to behold. An ever-expanding abundance that will over the long arc of history bend towards even greater heights. Common wonders of an age with no shortage of wonders. Oh, yeah. Oh, Buffalo Wild Wings. Fuck yeah. Oh, the Pepsi, the cop. Ooh! Delicious. And then, of course, Doe got a good one in here. Marvel isn't quite the word I'd use. I think I'd use the word terrific, the production of terror, which is now showing the result of the way that we do things. Mountains, rivers of trash, all of which is exported to developing countries. So, yeah, it's the same thing. You know, the wonders of the supermarket. Oh, how great, how perfect again, the 3 brands that you get to have. And it's predicated, your nice little supermarket is predicated on some people, many people in the world having to live like this. You really okay with that? We really okay with that state of the world? Is this really the world that we want to live with? You really want to live in a world where all your games are made possible, where you get to rest easy, sitting down and playing a game of League of Legends or whatever, knowing that that it's powered by NFTs that involve the literal crushing of children's souls? Why do countries accept trash exports? Do they even accept them? Often they don't accept them. There are many cases where they don't directly accept them. The reason why is because if they're a country that's poor, they need money, and we offer money in exchange for the trash. But the problem is that money disappears and trash doesn't. By the way, just so you know, you guys should go look up NPR's gigantic investigative journalism work. I think it was done by Planet Money at NPR. And it was done on the recycling industry. Guess what? It doesn't exist. The recycling industry is the garbage industry. Most of the people who've been claiming to be doing recycling have just been dumping it in the third world developing countries. Yep. All right, let's continue, everybody. Let's continue. I told you today was going to be fucking depressing. Sorry.
But the thing is, Roblox benefits from giving a very small fraction of its developers almost all of the money. Because those successful devs can then keep updating their popular games, or they can make new games, or they can go full-time and hire people to work for them. They can even become celebrities.
I wanted to make this video to really tell you my story and give you my honest thoughts on the 8th annual Bloxy Awards.
And interestingly, the only concession Roblox has made in recent years to do with giving developers more money gives even more money to the developers who were already making money. Experience-based payouts is a new sliver of Roblox's revenue that goes to the games that Roblox subscribers play for the longest.
Oh boy.
This is also Roblox Corporation tacitly encouraging its developers to make games that are addictive rather than fun, but the way that Roblox encourages its users to make games that are manipulative would be a whole other video, and I'm gonna stay on topic.
Oh, can we just see this footage? This is 2 literal children paying with Roblox, with Robux, to play an internet gambling game. Just babies, just baby children. Literal, just an e-casino. And they don't even have a chance of getting anything meaningful back.
Here's games professor and labor activist Ty Underwood on why Roblox would be trying to empower its most successful developers and ensure the rest have no power at all.
Comparing it to YouTube, you and I know of many YouTube channels where it's like, oh, well, I'm actually a boss with employees now, and so are all the top Roblox games. You can't organize bosses. Their interests do not align with workers. The workers' power comes from having the ability to stop production, and all bosses everywhere, it is against their interests to stop production.
That does track with my
Yeah,
experience.
I
reached
agree,
out to one extraordinarily successful Roblox developer for this piece, and they did agree to speak to me on the condition that we didn't reveal their identity, saying, quote, "Despite some fair criticisms, we have a good working relationship with Roblox, and I wouldn't necessarily want to be directly featured or quoted in a video critical of their platform card."
Oof.
I asked that same anonymous developer what message they'd like to get out to Roblox's young developers. They told me, "On Roblox, many young devs crunch and burn out. They're not privy to ongoing dev community discussions about healthy working practices. My advice would be to not overwork. Don't feel pressured to work long days, especially as a young person. And lower your expectations. There are millions of experiences on Roblox and only a handful become top games. Make sure to have fun even if only a few people play your game." There's just one problem with getting those messages out to young game developers. Roblox is a publicly
Thank you, Captain
traded
E, for the
company,
$5.
which
Thank you
means
very
it
much.
has a legal obligation.
I'll be rich when Trump RVs the Roblox. Yeah, me too. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that currency revaluation on my Robux. It'll be here 2024, everybody. It's gonna be all right. We're gonna build a wall. And we're gonna make Roblox devs, child slave Roblox devs pay for it.
To maximize profits, and kids working too hard with unreasonable expectations isn't bad for the company. And this is the heart of Roblox's success. In convincing its young users that making money on the platform is possible, it gets hundreds of thousands of young
footage is
people
terrifying.
pouring their imagination and spirit into making the next big Roblox success story. And while by my estimation, 99.9% of them flame out and make no money at all, that doesn't affect Roblox's bottom line one bit. Here's Genya again talking about his experience in the Roblox official internship program.
For instance, in my class, I was the only person that released a game, and that game was the only game from the whole class that actually did well. And we had like 7,000 people online. And so it's kind of rare for those games to actually work.
But then if some young wonderkind does make the next great thing on Roblox,
One
there is
out of
nothing
7,000
to stop an older team of developers taking the idea, refining it, re-releasing it, and then advertising.
Oh, it's so
Whether young
shitty.
developers find success on Roblox or not, the platform benefits from young developers training themselves up before they've realized that the odds are stacked against them. And once they've done that, they're that much less likely to walk away.
You can't take your game anywhere else. If I'm on Steam, theoretically, I could move my game to some, Epic or try to make a deal with Apple or something like that. But once you're in Roblox, it is impossible to extract your game or your work or even your skills from Roblox because it's such a idiosyncratic system to work with.
And this is so infuriating for me because if Roblox was actually operating with care for its young audience, it could be a great thing for the games industry. Free tools to get kids messing around and making stuff that their friends can come and play, also for free? That's awesome. That anonymous developer who spoke to me told me that they wished Roblox had been around when they were a kid and trying and failing to make games in Flash. But that's not what makes Roblox money. What makes Roblox money is empowering kids to become workers with unreasonable expectations of what they can achieve on this platform in a way that would be illegal if it wasn't happening.
Literally illegal. Yeah.
So what can we do about any of this?
The question of whether or not it is possible to do labor organizing with children productively is a really bizarre question with much older young people, young adults, who I'm just only now introducing the idea that your boss may have interests that diverge from your own in some cases, right? And this is mind-blowing. I think the answer in this case is that it should just simply be regulated that Roblox cannot have people sell within their games, right? If their audience is largely children. And that's not usually what I reach for because top-down regulation doesn't build worker power. But in this case, it's they're kids. It's what's going on here. It's a very weird and scary situation.
And what about Emil, our 11-year-old game developer? What does he think should be done?
Do you think that kids should be encouraged?
Maybe I should do, guys. Maybe I should do Roblox labor agitation streams, where I just log into Roblox and go play people's games and talk about this shit. Just put on a headset and just be like, yeah, hello, comrades. My fellow friends, did you know that you were being exploited by the Roblox Corporation? I would get banned so fast. All right, I'll think about it. Maybe in 2022. I'm going to get banned instantly. What about a dental plan? Dental plan? Lisa needs braces. It's fucking that. Here we go. I'll do the Simpsons union organizing.
It's on Roblox.
I think that kids should be encouraged, but they shouldn't be lied to about how easy it is, because it's not easy.
But the one thing we know for sure is that Roblox is...
There's unmoderated voice chats in Roblox? That sounds like a disaster! That sounds like literally the worst thing I can imagine! Holy shit! Oh my god! Roblox is just fucking like an undercity. Oh god, it's gonna be so bad. Oh my god.
Legislate itself in a way that affects its ability to make money. Roblox is going to continue doing everything it can to scratch revenue out of its young, vulnerable audience, no matter whether they're getting fair pay, whether it's good for their health, or whether they're fully empowered to walk away. Thank you very much for watching this video, everybody. If you enjoyed it, please do share it because, well, the more awareness we raise
True,
this
a lot
issue,
of
the more
apples,
pressure
true.
we apply to Roblox to be better. But also please share it because, frankly, it took absolutely ages to make.
And now we got to follow
And
on to the second
for that,
one.
we have to thank the supporters of the People Make Games Patreon. If you believe in games journalism like this video, we would love to have your support. If you head over to patreon.com/peoplemakegames, you can also see...
All right, ready to watch part 2? Are we ready to watch part 2? It just came out today. Let's do it.
Content
Part
warning.
2.
In this video, we will be displaying explicit messages that were sent to a minor.
Oh boy! Wow! All right, let's go.
But we'll be giving you another warning before it happens. So, it's been a few months since People Make Games released our video titled How Roblox is Exploiting Young Game Developers. In it, we shone a light on how Roblox, which is today one of the largest video games in the world, encourages children to make games on its platform only to give them a tiny fraction of the revenue that their games make. We had concerns about the extent to which Roblox is a system that predates on child creativity, and overwhelmingly, you folks shared those concerns. With game developers the world over reacting with shock and anger at how Roblox was treating its creators. But I'll tell you who else had an interesting reaction to our reporting: Roblox Corporation. You might remember a part in the last video where we talked about a page on Roblox.com that told kids they could make serious cash. After our video was released, this was silently removed from the platform. But this was just...
That is so slimy! This is why you archive everything. This is why you archive on the internet. This is why you get the receipts. Every single person who watches my show, you should have an account with the Internet Archive, with the Wayback Machine. It's a free account. Get that shit on speed dial. You always get those receipts. Always. Holy shit. These fucking slimy liars.
Just an appetizer of what was to come. As a result of the first video blowing up, we had a lot of members of the Roblox community reach out to us because they felt we'd only just scratched the surface, and they wanted to tell us about other huge and unfair problems with the platform that they felt were going unreported.
Thank you, Uncle
and that's
Gumball.
what this video is. This is us reporting our findings from the interviews we conducted with those people.
Thank you, Uncle Gumball.
So with this in mind, we reached out to Roblox again. You see, when we were researching the first video, we emailed them asking for an interview or comment, and they did not respond. But with 500,000 views in our pocket, we reached out to Roblox to say that we were working on a follow-up, and this time, Roblox's new Senior Director of Corporate Communications and Public Affairs offered to speak to us on the phone to see if we could arrange an interview. Spoiler, we did not succeed at arranging it.
Is this with the front? Wait, is this a meme? So wait, is this unironically the front page of Roblox right now? Factory Simulator Tier 7, Berserk Mode plus new clans, Anime Fighters, Nukes Rise of Nations, Warrior Cats, Saitamania, Dungeons Anime Fighting, Grand Peace, Brookhaven, Adopt Me Winter Update. So this is what it actually looks like right now. NPCs are becoming smart. Recommended for you and most engaging. So some of these are the same ones that were pictured before. You just took this screenshot. Yeah, that's fucking wild. Some of these are the same ones that were pictured in the video. This Anime Fighters one and the Ultimate Warrior Cats were both in the video from months ago. That means these games are still trending on the front. Yeah, the Factory Simulator is a bit on the nose. So yeah, some of these are the same exact games that are still being on the trending page. Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, good fucking luck with that. Good luck, fucking kids. Jeez, goddamn.
Straight interview. However, during that call, Roblox told us that our first video contained a number of errors, going as far as to suggest that we take
I mean, the games could be good. I'm sure they are good. But like, you see how the way that it's set up, the ongoing projects that have tons of money stay on top of the store, and that's in the favor of Roblox. Roblox is making fuckloads of money from a bunch of kids throwing money into the game, and then all they have to pay out to is the biggest developers. And those developers get a big amount of money, but Roblox is sucking up money from all of the thousands upon thousands of kids who are trying. Yeah.
Video off YouTube. Now, we asked Roblox again and again what these errors were, and we never once got a straight answer. The closest we got was Roblox sending us to a link to a blog post from somebody with the online handle EcoScratcher asking us, do you plan on editing or removing the video based on some of the things the author raises? But this post immediately misquotes us, it misinterprets our argument. The original draft of it got my name wrong. In the description of this video, you will find a link to Eco Scratch's post, as well as a link to an unlisted video that we made going point by point explaining.
Oh, sick! They got the receipts! They brought the motherfucking receipts! Fuck yeah!
Why we don't think any of it undermines our reporting. Our team was, and still is, amazed that Roblox Corporation, a company valued in the tens of billions.
Jazzdog says one of the games on the front page called Welcome to Bloxburg has been on the trending page since 2016. Do you see what I'm talking about? Holy fuck.
Billions of dollars chose to lean on a post like this in order to pressure us to take down our reporting. Because that's what this is, by the way. So no, People Make Games has not taken down our original video, but we have made this one instead. This video is divided into 4 parts. Part 1, Roblox's unregulated managers. Part 2,
here we go.
Moderation and child safety. Part 3, did you know there's an entire stock market baked into this game's official store in which children are encouraged to gamble real money? Seriously, how have people not reported on this yet? Come to think of it, how did we miss it in the first video? And part 4, Roblox's black market.
Oh, yes!
So, let's start with the
I'm so ready to meet the 11-year-old kingpins of the black market on Roblox. Please, I need to meet all of the Roblox drug lords, the crack runners of fucking the Roblox underworld. Oh, I need it. I need that. I want to get an interview with the leader of the fucking, the Roblox Square gang. Holy shit.
Fact that as Roblox has gotten more popular in recent years, it's developed a new safety issue that runs totally contrary to the platform's core idea of letting kids safely just make games for other kids. I have no idea how you fix this, by the way. It seems completely disastrous. So back in the day, Roblox's central proposition was straightforward. Individual kids could play around with tools and make games for other kids and maybe make money. But as Roblox has gotten more players, at the time of this video, it has 47.3 million users every day. The most popular games on the platform have been made.
That is an insane amount of players. 47 million daily active users. That is insane.
Making more and more money, which means there's more and more competition to be among the popular games that Roblox users actually play. Which means today, less and less of the games on Roblox are the work of just one person. Mostly, the popular games are made by whole teams of people who are improving the scripting, modeling, the sound, and are churning out updates to keep people playing. And this is Roblox working as intended. During the keynote at the Roblox Developer Conference in 2018, CEO David Baszucki predicted that in the next 5 years there would be a game on Roblox developed by a company of 100 people. To Roblox Corporation, better games made by bigger teams are a sign of the platform's success. But what this means is that Roblox Corporation is still using the language of, hey kids, come get creative and make games, in a way that parents are always going to be cool with. But in actual fact, the reality is significantly more complicated. Think of it like this. Everyone's okay with kids making games for Roblox because its games and tools are designed as a allegedly child-safe environment. But the bigger Roblox's development teams get, the less work is done in these environments. Today, more and more people who want to take their Roblox development career seriously develop marketable skills like animation or programming for Roblox, and then leave the platform to sell their skills in a totally unregulated cluster of virtual communities, mostly Discord servers. Signing contracts, or worse, having no contract at all with bosses who might have no experience in management and might be a child themselves. And Roblox does not moderate.
Roblox out here fucking making fucking Boss Baby come real. You thought of all the cyber dystopias, you thought you were gonna live in fucking Cyberpunk 2077. You thought you were gonna live in Blade Runner. Nope, you live in Boss Baby. That's the cyberpunk future you get to live in.
Anything that happens out here, because technically it didn't happen on Roblox.com. Or think of it like this, Roblox is saying, come and make games. Legally speaking, your child isn't entering the workforce, but if you then say, Okay, who is my child working for? Roblox says, I don't know. Will they pay my child fairly? I don't know. Will they mistreat my child? I don't know. Is it safe for my child to do this? Oh, absolutely. But if something does happen to my child, there's simply no way to be sure. Will you be taking action against those responsible? No. One Roblox developer reached out to tell us their story. Jordan, not their real name, joined the team behind a popular Roblox game that saw them being paid a percentage of the game's revenue. Then, when the owners of that game left to start work on their next game, Jordan thought, this is my chance.
I planned out for spring break, okay, spring break, I'm gonna work like 60 hours this week. So basically I kind of crunched. Then we released the update and it was wildly successful. It brought the game to the #1 position. And then they decided I was making too much. So they finally told us about the company that they had incorporated.
The people that Jordan was working for had, without telling anybody, formed a company, meaning that Jordan wasn't a partner anymore, they were now legally an employee.
After like going months of not managing the game after the game's been wildly successful.
No, we're not adding new mods right now.
I decided to start managing the game. And then them telling me that I wasn't working hard enough. They started kind of making veiled threats that I was replaceable. Then we decided that this percentage cut, this revenue split isn't viable for the long term. And so we're going to pay you fixed salaries from now on, which you can increase by working harder.
So did Jordan then fight for better treatment or try and warn other people about these bosses? No. Because of how Roblox is structured, Jordan decided that the smart move was just to quit and keep quiet.
Frankly, there's like a culture in Roblox against speaking out. It's just like reputation and like job security in the future. Because like in Roblox, if you have a bad reputation with the community, you're gonna have a harder time getting job offers or even offering people.
So it's a
jobs.
criminal underworld without any of the benefits of a criminal underworld. Because I mean that's how the criminal underworld works, right? It's all trust based. It's all reputation based. Yeah, you just got to get more cred, dude. Why did you just kill your boss? I mean, no, just kidding. That's a joke. That was a joke. That was a literal joke about. I was making a joke about the parallels to a criminal underworld. Never mind. Just.
Jordan's situation is sad, but not in any way surprising. The way that Roblox is structured, individual users can take unilateral control over games and the revenue that those games bring in, and Roblox has set up no obvious outreach program for developer abuse. In fact, talking about what your boss did to you on the official Roblox developer forums falls under the category of harassment. And since there's no platform for Roblox developers to talk
You've
about
got to
this
be
stuff,
fucking kidding me.
it's impossible to know how common these shady business practices are. Now, while we weren't able to arrange a straight interview with Roblox, they did tell us that they were happy to go through a normal question and answer process and provide statements. So we emailed them a list of 13 questions relating to all the areas that we're covering in this video, and Roblox replied, "It is clear to us from the nature of the questions that they are not from a place of objective inquiry, and therefore, rather than address them individually, we think it's important that we take a step back and present the fuller picture when it comes to our approach to moderation and the creator community." And that was followed by 6 bullet points that will
literally called him bad faith. Unironically, bad faith. That is literally what that they didn't literally say the words bad faith. That is the exact same thing. We don't think that you're asking these out of the spirit of genuine inquiry. That's literally just saying bad faith. Bad faith, always. Notice how they do that? Just fucking same tactic.
We'll be reading as appropriate, but here's the headlines. We asked Roblox, many of Roblox's young developers are working under other young developers with no oversight. What options does a Roblox developer have if they experience exploitation or unfair treatment working for another Roblox developer? And what tools have you provided Roblox users to know if they are being exploited by the people they're working with? Roblox chose not to answer those questions. Instead, they sent us this statement. Roblox takes reports of abuse very seriously, and where a violation of our standards is found, we take action on our platform against the accused.
Wow.
I'm not sure how much comfort that's going to bring to Jordan, but let's move on to part 2. When talking about problems with Roblox's moderation, it is hard to know where to start. The side of the moderation that makes the best headlines are the games that simply should not be there. Like this Wired article on the fascist role-playing games, or this Rolling Stone article on the trolls who are always coming up with sex games on Roblox. To hear Roblox's players tell it, the moderation is infuriating because it simply works when it's not supposed to and doesn't work when it is supposed to. With automated filters offering unfair temporary bans for using words like fat, gay,